Yeah. Bon Jovi.
Here he is, the man about whom everybody is speaking, and the man who's responsible for the fastest-selling book in the history of Simon & Schuster. Here is shock jock Howard Stern.
I never get tired of hearing that Bon Jovi thing from the birthday show last year. What would you do if I sang out to and you stood up and walked out on me? That's good. That's better than the Joe Cocker version, between you and me. You know what I'm saying?
They're kind of neck and neck.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, Cocker kind of came up with the arrangement stuff.
Yeah, it's his arrangement, but I like that version better.
Oh, they kick ass.
Don't you? I never get tired of hearing that Bon Jovi.
Oh, it's great.
Isn't that great?
At first, I thought it was a recorded tune.
Yeah, I know.
I thought it was a song playing.
That's why the birthday show is so good.
What birthday show?
The birthday show from last year.
Oh,
Wasn't
that was 2 years
Was that 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, that birthday show from 2 years ago was good.
I know.
Let's do that one.
You know what?
Let's do that one again.
I was going to say,
Just replay
let's replay that one. It was so good.
Because that'd be the best birthday gift at all if I could just stay home.
You would know.
I've been trying to give you that for years.
Yeah.
Nobody's going for it.
Oh, I'm for it.
I get to stay home this year. That's what it is.
Yeah. You cold over there?
No, I'm not feeling well today. I just hope I can make it till tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm not feeling too good either. Because I woke up early. My wife, I don't know, she has this new thing where she kicks me during her sleep, you know, with her feet. With her feet. And it's like...
And is she violent?
No, she's sleeping.
No, I mean, is she like, she turns jerkily or something?
No, she just kind of rolls. I don't know, but her feet are on top of mine and it wakes me and it's like, oh... You know, I just want to sleep.
How big is your bed? Do you have a king-size bed?
Yeah, I got an oversized king-size bed. I mean, I've got a super long king-size bed, you know, and it's just, it's ridiculous.
Still bumping into her.
It really is stupid for people to sleep together. I mean,
I don't know. I've been watching my cat. And I have two cats that came from the same litter.
And they sleep together?
And they look for each other at night before they fall asleep so they can sleep together.
Yeah, but they also have nothing on their mind. You know what I mean? They're cats. If I get up...
I'm watching animal behavior and
but if
saying
a cat,
to myself, well, if they can do it...
Yeah, but if a cat gets up in the middle of the night, it goes back to sleep because there's nothing else to do. Or it runs around. It doesn't care. I mean, I got to get to work.
You think that's the factor here?
I don't know. Then she kicks me, then she snores, and then I gotta then I go, shh. She jumps up and goes, what? We start yelling.
You're off to the races.
Yeah, I'm off to the races. Another exciting night. Hey, what's happening, everybody? I was just reading that, let me see if I should take a break. Yeah, I probably should, but... All right, I'll take a break and tell you everything that's going on. Tell you everything that's going on. But I gotta take a short break. I hate the breaks. All right, I'll take a short break and I'll be right back.
Call Howard on the Eagles toll-free line, 1-800-54-STERN. You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. Once again, Howard Stern.
Yeah!
Woo! Yeah! Wow!
It's karate.
Wow! What was that noise?
That's karate. That's karate. You ever see the Chinese movies?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, what does that noise do for them? That means, you're going to get your butt kicked now. Wow! Because it's always the guy who wins that does that.
Yeah. Yeah, I know Chinese. Okay, so I spent the morning reading the newspaper. That's what I do. I have a ritual. I come in the morning. I get here about a half hour early, and I sit and read the newspaper. And, the thing that I read first, I don't know how you read the newspaper, but I read the back of the newspaper first where, the entertainment section, about our industry.
Right.
Is that how you read it, too?
No.
First of all, I open it up to see what they wrote about me, if anything. And then, I
like to be surprised.
Right.
I like to come on it by accident.
Well, I'm not like you. I can't wait. So, the big news was that Tom Snider started his new show after Letterman. And I don't know.
I'm very fascinated by all of this stuff. I don't know. I guess most of America is because they've only got 37 million entertainment shows on TV about ratings and about who's winning and about who's losing. And
yeah, amazingly, everybody's interested.
You know. And that guy John Poderitz in the Post was saying how... Oh, no, it was Adam Buckman. I forget, does Adam Buckman hate me now or like me?
Is he the guy who has to be out of your book?
Yeah, didn't he used to like me? And
yeah, he liked
the guy who gave me he gave me a 4-star review, and then said he...
Somebody was on vacation, and while they were on vacation, he gave you a great review on the Bob Hope thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was when we had the Channel 9 show, he gave me a great review on the Bob Hope show. And then, but didn't he take it back later on because I did something else that he didn't like?
I can't remember what you did, but he was the one, I think, who said, I want to be removed from his book.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder what I did to deserve that. I forget.
I can't remember what it was.
I'm sure he'll remind me.
Might have been the New Year's Eve thing.
Yeah, New Year's Eve. Yeah, my New Year's Eve pay-per-view. He said that. Yeah, that wiped out. In other words, any good review I might have received no longer existed.
Nullified.
Yeah. My one night on pay-per-view nullified his... Meanwhile, all I know is everyone was upset I didn't do another pay-per-view this year.
Yeah.
So,
including him, because he had nothing to write about.
Yeah, nobody had anything to do. It was a boring New Year's Eve. It came and went, and no one had anything to talk about.
That was one of the funniest things I ever read, when he said, please, I want to be removed from any further copy.
Yeah. He says, because... But I didn't care. I say that review still counts.
It stands in your mind.
That's right. When you give me a good review, it stays.
It's in print. We have it.
Yeah. And I still maintain history will prove that the New Year's Eve pay-per-view event was one of the greatest television events in history. Because now all of a sudden everyone calls me and goes, I really miss it, man. It was really good. Why don't you do it again? Yeah. Screw yous.
You didn't appreciate it when you had it.
That's right. So go watch Dick Clark. That's great television. That's great television. Sitting there watching the same damn ball dropping the same retards at the Times Square.
No, they dressed up the retards this year.
Yeah.
Did you notice?
Yeah.
They handed them hats.
Yeah. Dressed up retards.
And those pom-poms.
Yeah. Freezing cold, frigid temperatures, raining.
Yeah.
And the retards just stand out there.
They still come.
300,000 retards.
Nothing deters the retards.
Yeah. It's the biggest Geraldo show. Like, you know, they only get like 7 retards on the stage. This, they get 300,000 retards.
I think they're down there recruiting. That's where they get their entire year's worth of shows.
Gordon Elliott just booked 7 years' worth of shows off of that one New Year's. So, I don't know. So I always open up the entertainment section to see what's going on, and Tom Snider was the big topic, and Adam Buckman was writing that Tom Snider was spooky. Like, he says, if you like the Addams Family, maybe you'd like Tom Snider because he's scary to look at.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah.
Because I always
Spooky.
imagine what his house must be like.
Yeah.
Where he goes home to.
Yeah, he basically said the same thing I said yesterday, that they, you know, it's just screaming for... You want Tom Snider to rip off the mask and see that it's Dan Aykroyd. It's just so disturbing, full of tics and facial disturbances and odd moves. And as expected, Tom Snider beat Conan O'Brien the first night out, got a 4 rating. He got half of Letterman's audience.
Yeah, but he's not going to keep a 4.
No.
Like,
that's pretty pathetic, actually.
any stretch of the imagination.
For the first night, only to get a 4. Plus, you have Candace Bergen and Newt Gingrich's mother.
Yeah, you got Granny Gingrich.
Yeah, I mean, the hottest guest in...
Get an audience?
Yeah. And Conan, God bless him, those 2 idiots are going to battle it out. It's going to be great.
For the bottom.
I love it. I'm fascinated by it, and I was curious to see what the ratings were.
Both of them will be beat by infomercials.
Yeah. And then it said Al Roker's getting married again.
Really? He found another wife that fast?
Yeah. Al Roker's this big, fat, black guy who's a weatherman here in New York. He's our jolly black guy. There's always a jolly fat guy who does the weather. Mm-hmm. Like when Al isn't there, they got a jolly fat Ira Joe.
Ira Joe Fisher, yeah.
Who's just as fat as Al, except he's a white guy.
I guess you have to be fat to fill that slot.
Yeah, well, the weather guy has to be goofy. You know, he's the jolly fat guy.
Well, there's 2 ways to go. You're either a scientist, like a mad scientist like Frank Beale.
Yeah, right.
Or you're the jolly fat man.
Yeah, and Frank is no scientist, by the way.
But he tries to palm himself off.
He does science specials. But I heard he was an ophthalmologist or an optometrist.
I thought he was a dentist.
Someone told me he was an optometrist.
I think he's an optometrist.
Yeah, that's not an eye doctor. That's like a...
The guy who fits your glasses.
Yeah, that's not even an MD. You know, I always thought my optometrist was an MD.
No. He's a mechanic with glasses.
Yeah. When I was a little kid, I used to go to an optometrist. I used to call him doctor. Everybody's a doctor nowadays.
Anybody who wears a white coat.
Yeah. So, hold on, I gotta sneeze.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
I knew that was going to happen one day.
Now I know what it feels like.
Now I know what it feels like.
I'm doing an impression of Arthur Godfrey. You ever hear the tape of him sneezing on the air?
No.
It was 23 years the guy was on the radio. Like in his 23rd year, he sneezed. and he finally went, I knew that was going to happen one day.
Oh, dear. 23 years.
23 years.
He's
the guy
only gotten out a year early.
Yeah, he had almost a perfect record. What a groundbreaker he was. People tell me he broke ground. I said, yes, he did. He sneezed first. He beat me to that. I got to admit. So,
that's a good cup of tea.
Al Roker, isn't this like his third wife, this will be?
I think so, yes.
Usually, are they white women or black women? I forget.
I think he's done 1 and 1.
Oh. Wonder what this one is. It's supposedly Deborah Roberts. Do you know who that is?
No.
Roker popped a question to NBC Dateline correspondent Deborah Roberts on New Year's Day as the two were touring the Grand Canyon. Boy, this guy falls in love real quick.
Well, he has to.
What do you mean?
Because he knows it's not going to last long.
Yeah, I mean...
They're going to figure out who he is. He's a big fat guy.
And what's Al's story? I mean, every time he gets married, he says give half his money? I mean, how do these people exist?
I don't know. He does it very quietly, so he's obviously not fighting them for the money.
No. Al's a pisser. We got to get him on the air. He was supposed to call in the other day, and then I was in the middle of something, and I think he got pissed off because I couldn't take his call.
Oh.
Yeah. Deborah Roberts. That could go either way, black or white, I mean. Deborah Roberts. Yeah,
you can't hang a race on that name.
No, that's a tough one.
It's not Takia or anything like that. You can really
Takia. So that's, I don't know what your big, fat, black, jolly weatherman is doing in your town, but ours is getting married. And he's the nicest guy. Oh,
well,
what a role model.
Why don't women stay with him? He's so nice.
Well, I think
maybe the terror at home.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, he has to be so damn nice on TV. Because he's the black guy you want every black guy to behave like. You know, how everyone's afraid of black people, especially me. He's the black guy you want everyone to behave like. I mean, he's like the role model that white people want blacks to look up to.
If they were all like Al White, I'd let Al live next to me.
Oh, I would. I'd love Al for a neighbor.
That's what you people say.
Right. Oh, I say it all the time. He's
I wouldn't mind it if Al lived next to me.
He's one of the nice ones.
You see, I'm not prejudiced.
Right. Someone told me the other two wives divorced him because they were exhausted from cooking for him. That's what someone told me. That's what they claimed in their papers.
I don't know. I was also, speaking of big fat people, Roger Ebert is apparently off his diet.
Oh, yeah, I know. I saw him, too.
And so much so that it's made the tabloids.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we had him on. He was clearly not on his diet.
No, they just said he couldn't take that dieting thing anymore. He loves to eat, and that's it.
And that's it. Hey, he's fat. That's it. He's fat. Siskel's thin, Ebert's fat. That's it. Yeah, because we saw him at his thinnest, and I'll tell you something. His looks didn't improve that much.
That wasn't thin.
He started to look like a woman. It wasn't worth losing the weight for.
Yeah, what was he going to be thin?
Yeah. And if he's thin, it's hard to tell those two apart. Siskel and Ebert. So I like the fat one and the thin one. So, okay, I told you about Tom Snider and the ratings. I told you about Siskel and Ebert.
Al Roker.
Al Roker. I got so much to tell you about. I guess I should just go through everything, huh? There's so much going on. Let me just check here and make sure that I told you everything I wanted to tell you from. Yeah, I think I did. You know what it is?
Every page of the paper.
Oh, here's something I wanted to do. Oh, yeah, okay. You know, I grew up in a town called Roosevelt, Long Island, and Robin said to me, is it really that bad a town?
You won't take me there, so I can't tell.
So I've decided that whenever I read something about Roosevelt, Long Island, which is just about every day...
You're going to bring it in.
I should just start a new feature, Where Howard Grew Up. So here it is. This is from Roosevelt, Long Island. A guy walking his Rottweiler puppy was dog-jacked in broad daylight by 3 brazen bandits.
Dog-jacked?
Now listen to this. I grew up in an all-black neighborhood. So the guy's...
That's a new crime.
Yeah, the guy's walking a baby puppy.
A baby puppy. A puppy.
Yeah, a puppy. A baby.
A baby dog.
He's walking a dog. A baby dog, a puppy. And 3 guys come up to him, punch him in the face.
Oh.
And wrestle his dog and run into a van and take it away, either to raise it to be a killer Rottweiler.
Yeah, to fight something.
To fight other dogs, because it's a macho thing in black neighborhoods to have a dog that can kill other dogs. And they pit them against each other, and the dogs do serious damage to each other. Or they say they took it just to resell it. Or they took it either for illegal dog fighting. Let's see. It says here there's like 3 things they can do.
With the dog?
Yeah.
They didn't take it just to keep.
They say it's common for dogs to be taken from people's yards, but it's new. And by the way, where I grew up in Roosevelt, they're always coming up with new crime.
This is the crime.
Yeah. It's crime capital.
Crime lab.
Yeah.
They create crime.
Yeah.
In Roosevelt.
You hear what the cop, even the cop, a guy who's been on the beat a long time says, this is a new one. The cutting edge of criminals out in Roosevelt, Long Island. I just want you to know.
They're the crime scientists.
Yeah, and the guys doing all this crime now, the guys I went to school with.
No, come on. Those are kids. Those are the children of your classmates, aren't they?
All right, maybe. It's common for dogs to be taken from people's yards, but it's new when they confront someone like this and steal their dog right in their face and punch them out. He says there's a number of possible reasons. They either train them for dog fighting. Now can you understand that this is what someone is spending their life, training dogs for dog fighting? They use it as a guard dog, or they resell it for profit. See. So there it is. And often in Roosevelt, the kids take the dogs because it's cool to have the toughest dog on the block. He said the dogs sustain heavy injuries in fights. So there it is. There's my crime report.
What's happening where you grew up?
What's happening in Roosevelt? Spanning the universe. Isn't that wild? Well, let me tell you something.
You got to be proud that you're from a place where so many things have originated.
Well, where I grew up, also, I see things actually have improved because I used to just get punched in the face for nothing. So
now at least there's a reason.
Yeah, at least the guy's taking your dog. I got punched in the face once as a guy tried to steal my pants. There was a guy, I was in a classroom and a guy was trying to pull my pants off. He said he liked my jeans.
Well, you know, there's a crime that never really took off. See,
No.
They were trying that one out, but no one picked up on the trend.
Who knows? Maybe it's commonplace now. It's just a misdemeanor.
I haven't heard about it.
Yeah. It's like marijuana usage. They just ignore it because, there's so many people doing it.
Stolen, don't even report it.
Yeah. So they, that used to happen to me, or I'd be choked, or whatever it was. Whatever the offense was, for like 35 cents lunch money. So at least it's for a $300 dog. I'm glad to see that the crime at least is worth it.
Well, they were practicing on you so that they could go out and commit crimes, I suppose.
I want to get through everything here because what happens is the show gets bogged down later on and I never get to anything. I got to contact Elvis today. Okay. By the way, if there's anybody who has a copy of this, Southern California is being bombarded by storms.
Yes.
And
I understand now that even the homeless, the homeless like sleep in parks, I guess, and junk, or on beaches, and now people have seen them floating. It's true.
Really? Are they dead?
Go floating by. No, they're not dead. Like one guy just
had nowhere to go.
Got washed out of wherever he was sleeping and he went floating away.
Hey, we got to go down there.
And he grabbed a tree, so somebody had to come and rescue him.
Must be fun to be homeless.
Yeah, just goes floating away with you.
Yeah. You got to be about as worthless as they come when you're floating down the street with nowhere to go. Everyone goes, get out of the water, get into your house. I don't have a house. I have nowhere to go. And like when the guy's floating down the street, we just look at him.
If he hadn't caught that tree, he would have wound up in the ocean.
Wow, he would have ended up here. Oh, that's funny.
I never heard such a thing.
No kidding.
Yeah, just went floating off. They say, yeah, we see the homeless floating out here.
Yeah, whenever they wash up, they just ask the zip code so they know where they are. Send their mail to them. How long before we just start dissecting the homeless and taking their body parts for transplants?
Oh, please.
All right, anyway, so, well, it's sad to be homeless. It is, because you're floating down the street and you got nowhere to go.
You're not going anywhere.
That's right. Southern California is covered in rainstorms. And they say at 1:30 on Tuesday, January 10th, this guy who wrote me the facts and his girlfriend were watching KTLA Channel 5 News, and they were interviewing the fire chief from the fire department. The guy sounded completely legit, you know. They're interviewing him about the overflowing and treacherous Ventura River, and they're asking about the amount of rescues made thus far, and he's saying, 3 at this point in actuality. The other stations are reporting 30. He's got a whole rap down. And they're talking about the different types of river rescues made. And then one in particular, they're talking about how they rescued a person in an inner tube. And the guy says, so the newsman goes, is it true you saved someone in an inner tube? And the guy says, about as soft as, he says, yeah, the inner tube was about as soft as Howard Stern's penis.
And he went through this whole build-up.
Yeah. Then Hal Fishman, the newscaster, said, obviously we're talking to an imposter. Right after the penis comment. And there's dead silence for about a couple of seconds. So, there it is.
Oh.
So, if anyone has it, I'd love to hear it.
He really scammed him. He built himself up,
Yeah.
told a bunch of information, and then put the Howard Stern reference in.
Yeah, the guy says what's funny about it is the guy's so legitimate. And then he gets the penis thing in right at the end.
Oh. You really had him.
Really had him going. Magic 8-Ball, will I contact Elvis today, or will be another day where I never get to it?
No.
Oh. You won't.
Or will it be?
Wait a minute. You just asked
2 questions. I did. Magic 8-Ball, will I contact Elvis today?
Definitely not.
Oh.
Definitely not. All right, there it is.
Let's do Elvis next.
I can't bring myself to do it.
Pressure's off.
That's right. All right. I have to take a break here, but when I come back, not only will I get to your phone calls, but I'm going to continue going through a pile of stuff that has really gotten way out of control.
Okay.
Right after these words.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. Once again,
told you not to be stupid, you moron.
All right, take it easy. Stop that. I didn't mean it. Yeah. Hey, what is this, a tape of Arthur Godfrey sneezing?
Yeah.
Oh, you got that?
That's that thing you were talking about, yeah.
Oh. Hey, here's Arthur Godfrey sneezing.
Boy, the gossip and the rumor and the scandal flies on the wings of the wittiest dialogue you've ever heard. Luxury beauty parlors, homes and hotels. Oh, Bobby. I've always wondered what I'd do if I had to sneeze on the air. Now I know.
Biggest bore.
Oh, pardon me.
Pardon me. Wasn't he from like the Bronx or something? With that?
I don't know. It's so forced. Oh, pardon me.
Big
The only
wet.
thing real about it was that sneeze.
Yeah.
No, pardon me. It was wondered what I'd do.
No, I know. Now I know. Anyway, Papa Fooey, where is he? He was going to help me go through all this stuff. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I must get to.
Papa Fooey.
This is an article written by Senator Moynihan. I was going to talk about this, but about the baseball strike. He just said something good. He introduced, for anybody who's concerned about the baseball strike, Moynihan said something really good. He introduced legislation. I wasn't going to get into this, but this will settle the baseball strike. You see, for years, judges like Supreme Court judges, like, remember that guy Blackmun?
Mm-hmm.
They ruled that baseball was not a big business.
Right.
That was their ruling.
So
they just ignored the fact. Yeah. So it's not. So you could. So therefore, the antitrust laws didn't apply.
Right.
So you could have a monopoly. They all overlooked the fact that baseball is a big business. And Moynihan says recently judges have ruled. This is weird about judges. Judges ruled. They said yes, baseball is big business, but we don't want to be the ones to say it. Let Congress say it. And it's gotten weird.
Isn't that a strange thing?
There must be tremendous money and pressure put on by the baseball owners somehow. They must have influence somewhere.
They can get to our Supreme Court.
I don't know. Well, I don't know what it is. Something goes on, but everyone just said, "Hey, screw the baseball players. This is
protect the owners.
Let's protect the owners," which is wrong. It is a big business. Tons of money is made off of baseball. In fact, Moynihan says, if baseball isn't big business, then Ford Motor Company is a game.
Yeah.
So that's the point, and so he's introduced legislation to say that baseball is big business. And if everybody approves it, then all of a sudden that'll clear the way for it to be treated like a business, and players to be treated not like children where they give them salary caps, but to be treated as adults who have an occupation.
Well, what about the others? The hockey players,
all the other sports are treated as big business. Isn't that weird? That's what it said. That's what I think it said in the article.
But they get salary caps and have those strange drug rules and all that stuff.
Yeah, but it can now be challenged in the courts. See, you can't even challenge any of this salary cap in the courts because this is called not big business. Baseball's called a game. Probably when baseball started, it was a game in the sense that you couldn't play on Sundays, and it was just like a loose game, and guys were paid a couple of bucks to play, if anything at all.
Right.
And there was no TV rights, and who knows if the parks even charged all that much money, or whatever it was. But, those days have changed. So there is hope on the baseball strike. Not that I care. I couldn't care if the baseball strike went away. In fact, I like that there's a baseball strike. That frees up more hours for programming on television, which means at some point they're going to have to turn to me and ask me to do a TV program. A real one.
I actually tried to sit down and watch a basketball game last night. The Knicks were playing somebody. I don't even remember who.
If it ain't the last 5 minutes, you ain't watching.
That's the truth. I sat there and I said, well, boy, is this boring.
Football's the only watchable sport.
You know that Sports Channel now shows old baseball games? I'm talking about 25-year-old baseball games.
Does anyone watch that?
Yeah, me like an idiot.
Really?
Like, I watched Game 5 of the 1969 Mets World Series.
Oh, I see.
And then one day they had like a salute to Tom Seaver. They showed his no-hitter, his 300th win, and some World Series game he pitched.
Yeah.
Don't they sell some of those things on videotape?
Yeah, I guess you can buy them.
There's a business in that.
Wow. Yeah, and baseball's not a business. So anyway, I thought that was pretty good. We got two great senators here in New York. I'm very proud of them. Moynihan and D'Amato. D'Amato, the greatest senator, of course. To me, that's a senator. Brings in money into the state. That's a man. That's not a woman, that's a man.
I don't know what that means.
You know exactly what that means.
Can I ask you a question? How does D'Amato do when he plays cards with you guys? Is he
always
a winner?
wins. Always wins. He's a winner. Lost his shirt. Good senator, lousy card player. Actually, he's a real good card player.
Is he?
Yeah, I made a faux pas in front of him.
What'd you do? Was it a card faux pas?
Yeah, it was kind of like I bet into somebody. I thought I was bluffing, but it was obvious that I wasn't.
Oh.
And the senator looked at me like, you were pathetic. So I was just like,
what am I doing here with this child?
Yeah. It's weird playing in front of the
men.
It's weird playing in front of the senator. Like you don't want to.
Didn't you feel like a little boy?
Yeah.
You like playing with your dad.
Yeah, I felt, it was weird.
Not that he's that much older than you, but he's a senator.
But he's a fun guy. I mean, he was in there telling jokes and trying to, be, one of the guys.
What kind of jokes?
No, all, legitimate jokes. You know what I mean? He was joking around.
Okay. He wasn't sitting there saying, well...
No. He wasn't like, two whores going to it. Eats a lot of food, though. I'll give him that.
Does he?
Eats like a pig. There's nothing left for me. And then I saw Christy Todd Whitman, the governor of New Jersey, on TV last night, doing a great job.
State of the state.
I'm glad we put her in office. Or at least we had something to do with it.
She sends out a very nice Christmas card, too.
Yeah. You got one, too? Yeah. I mean, at least we get something.
Yeah.
That's at least our acknowledgement.
We get a Christmas card.
Of course, when she was running and she was behind in the polls, she did promise me a rest stop. But
she said the last time we talked to her, these things take time.
Right.
I think it would be when she's going out of office kind of thing.
I would think it would be easier to get me a rest stop than to keep cutting taxes, and yet she keeps cutting taxes and can't come up with a rest stop. So I prefer the tax cut anyway.
I'm still researching. Are all the rest stops named after dead people?
No.
I got to tell you,
why not break precedent? Chrissy Todd has a bit afraid to do that.
Might be a law.
Yeah, but she did real good. I mean, even Democrats weren't saying bad stuff about her.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. That's very unusual. All right, where's all the crap I got to get to?
Well, up on the tape machine is a message from the Crypt Keeper.
Oh, you got to hear this one. Did I tell you about that? Oh, you know this already. You got to stop. Robin, you got to stop listening in on Gary's meetings after the show.
I have to stop?
Yeah, because I decided that now I have nothing to tell you. You know everything already. And it breaks our formula for success.
There are some things I've needed there for. You have to have him discriminate better.
Yeah, you got to be able to say to Robin at some point, all right, Robin, here's some stuff you can't hear or see.
I usually do try to throw her out, but I hate to throw her out.
Right. Well, she understands. You understand, right?
I'm anxious to leave.
Yeah, so what do you care?
Anxious? We can pry you out of there. You're never anxious to leave.
All right, well, from now on.
I got you. I will...
Because it would have been funnier for you to be curious about what I was talking about.
With the Crypt Keeper, anyway.
Yeah.
Jackie being curious doesn't matter, huh?
No. No, what was funny was that... there are guests we reject. Let me start by saying this. I know people think that maybe we're hard up for guests or something, but quite frankly, we do reject people.
Mm-hmm. We reject big people.
Should I tell who we rejected? Nah, maybe not.
Come on.
That's a funny story.
Wait till next week.
Wait till next week?
I don't know. Wait till I don't. Wait till they.
All right, I'll tell that story.
You know why? I'll tell you why I'd rather you not talk about it.
Why?
Because it's a very big agency that we've worked really hard to get to like us, and don't make them hate us now.
All right. All right, well, I'll tell. Just wait till next week.
Oh, they won't hate us next week?
No, next week they're not listening. They're all in somewhere.
But I'm trying to think of, we just recently turned down somebody else pretty big. We had the Crypt Keeper on once.
Yeah.
And then when somebody
let me tell the story.
When somebody comes on once, they think that they should be allowed on every time.
Regularly, yeah. So anyway, I like the show on HBO called Tales from the Crypt.
Right.
I like the stories. I can't stand that puppet. I don't like the voice. I don't like the puppet. I don't think it's a good puppet. I don't think it's scary. I don't think it's funny. I don't think the voice is funny. I find it irritating. I'm not a fan of the Crypt Keeper. No offense. I know there are fans. I see fan clubs for the Crypt Keeper, maybe. I don't know. Maybe people like this. I find the stories fun.
Yes, it's a good show.
If you want to replace it with something really scary, you put on the Jackie puppet instead of the Crypt puppet.
Oh, the Jackie puppet.
Yeah.
Haunting.
With that perennial smile.
Yeah.
Do you know that, did you know that there's a Crypt Keeper Saturday morning cartoon now?
Really? Okay, fine.
So anyway, Keeper's big.
Yeah, so the Crypt Keeper, so they offered us as a guest, some agency offered us as a guest, the Crypt Keeper, the guy who does the voice. And we had once had him on the phone for 2 seconds, and I basically yelled at him. Didn't I?
I think it was out. Was he on the phone?
He was on the phone, but he could do the voice.
And there was nothing to talk to him about.
Can you get laid being the Crypt Keeper?
Yeah,
the voice?
Yeah, what are you going to do? There's so much you can ask.
It was fun for 5 minutes, and it was good.
I got nothing against the guy. I don't even know his name, the real guy who does it. So anyway, Gary came to me the other day and says, hey, the Crypt Keeper is available if we want him. And I said, look, I don't get it. I don't want him. So Gary went back and told them, and the Crypt Keeper, evidently the word got back to Crypt Keeper, and he couldn't believe it. He was like, what? What do you mean? Some guests really think they should be on the show. We run into people like that once in a while. People who think they should be on the show.
Well, can I bring up an example? I hope she's not listening. I don't want to insult her, but there was like a year where Linda Blair was calling a lot.
Yeah.
And we liked her and stuff. But
we like Linda.
But not to have her on often. So I was like keeping her at bay and doing my best and really dancing around it. I remember we had her in, and she pulled you over to that corner. Said, I don't know if you're aware of this, but Gary has been keeping me off this show.
Right. Yeah. I mean, how many times can you have Linda Blair? I mean, I like Linda.
Right.
It's not like the Crypt Keeper where I don't like him. I mean, I could stare at Linda's breasts all day and talk to her, but you have her on once in a while. Something's going on or there's a relevant thing going on. But other than that,
There are very few people you can have in all the time.
Yeah. How many times can I ask Linda Blair if she'd sleep with me?
Till she says yes.
Whatever. Or, and she's kind of interesting. She even lived with I thought it was kind of funny that Linda Blair was living with the unknown comic. Not in a sexual way, but like they were roommates.
Right. It was a very strange lifestyle she was carrying on.
I mean, it was a fun interview, but that's it. It's over. And the Crypt Keeper is definitely a one-shot deal. 2 minutes on the phone and goodbye. So if Linda Blair wants to come in and try the laughing stock where I tickle her or something, then that's different. I like Linda.
It's hard to explain to guests that we need an angle for them.
Yeah, it's got to be something interesting to my audience, and I seem to know what's interesting to my audience. I seem to know what's interesting to my audience everywhere except Los Angeles.
Oh, you want to know?
Where Mexicans live, and they get all my audience.
You want to know who like really yelled at me?
Who?
What's the name of the show that's on MTV at night? It's some sort of sketch comedy show. Is it called The State?
The State, yeah.
I don't know.
Well, they wanted to have the people from The State on, and I said no. And I said, our audience doesn't even know who they are. The woman got so angry. She said, they're going to be huge, and you guys are going to be so sorry.
Yeah, well, we're still waiting. We're still waiting to be sorry.
Yeah.
We would love to be sorry.
Yeah, it's okay, so we'll be sorry. Why can't people offer us guests when they're huge? That's what I can't understand. Just say to her, as soon as they get huge, call us.
Well, then we don't need your help.
Then fine. So, don't offer me people no one knows.
I continually tell people the Jim Carrey story. We rejected him.
Yeah, we rejected Jim over and over again. And then when he became, but, in all fairness, and I know some guests will resent us for life and, and harbor resentment. It's like, well, excuse me. I mean, what am I supposed to trash up my show with a bunch of people nobody knows?
Perfect example of someone who hates us for that.
Yeah.
Paul Reiser.
Right.
We turned him down for life.
Furious with us. Won't talk to us. It's like, it's just like, I was talking to a very famous person once. Very famous, very well known. And he was complaining. He said, I have an agent, but I'm mad at the agent. He never paid attention to me when I was nobody. I said, do you know what an agent does for a living? He says, what do you mean, what an agent? Of course I know, he gets you work. I said, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. Agent doesn't get you work.
Who is this very famous person?
Well, I'll tell you in a minute. No, I don't want to say on the air. He told me in private. So, just listen to the story. What's the matter with you?
I just want to know who it is.
Fred Norris, okay? All right, so he said, he's complaining. So I said, wait a second. He says, and now that I'm famous, the guy's ready. He's all over me. I said, well, of course. I said, let me tell you something about an agent. I said, like, even with my agent. So my agent wouldn't have talked to me when I was on the road. When I was in Hartford making $12,000 a year, he wouldn't have talked to me. What's he going to talk to me about? We're taking 10% of my $12,000 a year? I said, when you get work, when you start to get in demand, when you get into a hit series, if you got a guy who's a good negotiator and he knows how to handle himself so he doesn't embarrass you, he's a good agent. I said, what agent do you think is going to go out and find you work when you're nobody? Wait, he's going to walk around with your picture? You got to go out on auditions. I said,
did you see you do?
Yeah, I said, did your agent send you out on auditions? He goes, yes. I said, well, yeah, and now you're famous. So what, are you going to resent the guy? And because he's interested, yeah, now he's got something to negotiate. I said, was he loyal to you the whole time? Did he send you out on? Did he stick with you when you weren't making a lot of money and he should have dumped you? Well, yeah. I said, well, there you go. And the guy had a very famous agent. It wasn't even like it was, it's just he got mad that the guy didn't recognize him when he was nobody. I said, well, dude, what do you want from an agent? Imagine he had to go around and find 900 unknowns and sit there with them and coddle them. That's not how the business works.
He's starved.
No, an agent is a guy you hire to negotiate for you when you got something going on.
So who was this person?
People don't understand the business. It was Jackie Marlowe, all right? Anyway, but my point is, in fact, I don't even know what my point is. Where am I? Help me out. What am I talking about?
The point is...
the Paul Reiser. Okay,
yes.
okay.
But you should tell people that we...
don't tell me to tell anybody anything. So I know exactly what to tell people. I should tell people. I know if I didn't know what to tell people, we'd be in big trouble.
Oh, boy.
All of a sudden he needs you.
Did I just...
Yeah. What should I tell people? Let me hear. What is that?
Did I just see your father?
Yeah, what should I tell people?
You should just
better you see my father than yours.
You should just tell people that we turned Paul Reiser down before the series.
Paul Reiser was an unknown comic.
As a matter of fact, he had done Alien or something like that.
He'd done a lot of movie work. He'd been in Alien.
But he was virtually unknown. Virtually unknown. I mean, he was a very good comic, but I don't, what am I going to do with this guy? So then he gets famous. And now he's like, I hate Howard Stern. That's who he focused on. There were 20 million shows that wouldn't have Paul Reiser on. I wasn't the only show. We don't have a format where we take a guy who does stand-up and let him do 10 minutes of stand-up.
Right, so that people can get to know him and know what he does.
Yeah, the point that, and he was saying, well, gee, let's Sam Kinison on. Well, yeah, Kinison was a nationally known figure.
You know who I get it from comedians and agents the most?
Yeah.
I said, well, he's not really that well known, or we're not ready for the show, or whatever. Mm-hmm. But you have Gilbert Gottfried on. That's what they always say. I said, Gilbert's funny.
Gilbert works himself in the right way. Gilbert's a genius. I mean, Gilbert does characters. That's what works for us.
They think that their clients are more famous.
Yeah, I know. Like, who's a good guy? I'll tell you who's a great stand-up comic.
Who?
He's very, very good. Bobby Slate. Very funny guy.
I was thinking about him.
Bobby calls us 200 times a day.
Not anymore.
All right, not anymore.
Yeah, he's angry at us now.
No, he's not. This is why I'll tell you he's a good guy.
Oh, he is?
We explained to him. We said, Bobby, we barely know who you are. No one knows who you are when you sit down here. I got to spend 25 minutes explaining to my audience who you are. You understand what I'm saying? Go out and get famous. I'll have you on.
He likes you so much that I swear, I talk to him on the phone from time to time. He wants to get famous just so he can come and do the show.
I know. I'm dying to have him on. It's just that nobody else has him on.
That was the Jim Carrey situation. He liked the show so much, he went out and became the biggest movie star just to do this show.
He did, and he came on, and I said, God bless you, you did it. Now you're on the show. We had Jim Carrey once waiting. We were in Los Angeles doing a show. We kept him waiting outside our show for over 2 hours.
He sat in a corner and watched us.
Right. And then I don't think we ever had him on.
We had him on for 5 minutes. He sat there for over an hour.
Right, that's right. Him and his publicist, they just sat there and watched as the guests walked by.
That's right.
They came and they went.
That's it. But listen, did the guy harbor resentment? No, he understands. I was up front with the guy. I said, I'll try and squeeze you in. Nobody knows who you are, Jim. Nobody knows.
Very funny man.
Yeah, and I didn't see anybody else having him on. I had him on. I squeezed him in. But that was it. Paul Reiser running around like the whole world should have opened up for him because he's a dope, that Paul Reiser. Do me a favor, he ever calls, tell him to drop dead. Who cares?
He doesn't, don't worry.
Good, tell him to drop dead. Him and that stupid show with that Helen Hunt. It's a nice show. I mean, what does the guy think? He invented the wheel? Putz. Dope. Paul Reiser. Copping an attitude. He's going to be angry at someone. He's going to be angry at me. There's 50 million shows, never had him on. You're going to now focus on this. He should have had me on.
I can name a million comedians who...
Yeah, they were all resentful.
George Wallace, Rich Jenny...
well, how about that guy who did the whole comedy album and started screaming about me on the comedy album? The one Robin interviewed.
Oh, God.
Paul Mooney.
Paul Mooney.
Yeah, he did a bit called F. Howard Stern. The guy called here every day. Is he another one who called to get on?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now all of a sudden it's F. Howard Stern.
Absolutely. He tried to get on the show.
That mother effer.
He tried to get on the show at least 7, 8, 9 times.
Yeah. So as soon as I say no 7, 8, 9 times, he puts out an album, F. Howard Stern. So if I F. Howard Stern, if I had you on, you wouldn't F. Howard Stern? What do you want from me? It's not that you're unfunny. I don't know who you are. What am I going to do with you? Sit there and stare at you?
And I want to say, in his case, he actually called himself here a few times because a lot of these guys, when they get big, said, well, I didn't want to be on. My publicist thought it was a good idea, but he called here.
Yeah, listen, I got nothing against the guy. Look. And he said some nasty stuff about you.
It happens.
Yeah. Why, I don't know. You gave him a shot. You got a shot on CNBC. You interviewed him. You did a nice job.
You can't do enough.
No, you can't do enough for this guy.
Especially these comedians.
No, we should have him on every week. He's been on comedy's back burner since 1958. and he's got to focus on me now. I'm holding him back.
Paul Mooney's a guy who wrote for Richard Pryor. And
should still write for him.
That his stuff is much funnier in Richard Pryor's mouth.
That's it. That's the bottom line. Paul Mooney is Richard Pryor. If Richard Pryor has MS, so does Paul Mooney.
Richard Pryor has trouble speaking, so does Paul Mooney.
Paul Mooney gets MS of the career. What does he want from me?
There it goes.
Bury both of them. What do you want from me? I'm not in control of show business. I do a little show. It's an insignificant show.
But we have to do what works.
Right.
Where are these people going to be when we fail?
Yeah.
Because we drag them around.
Yeah, I'll do a show with 900 unknown comics so my audience can go to sleep and tune to another station. Yeah. Kiss my ass. Kiss me atechas aran. And anyone who knows Italian knows what I'm talking about. As my grandfather Giuseppe used to say, kiss me atechas aran.
So anyway, the Crypt Keeper.
What? Oh, okay. I'm thinking. I'm off on another line of thought. Anyway, the Crypt Keeper. So he contacts us and can't believe we won't have him on. Right? I mean, indignant.
Yeah, they were pretty bummed out.
Who contacted you? Just the publicist?
He had a publicist, and then the movie company has a publicist, and they both contacted me several times.
And what did they say to you?
Just that, he's already done the show. He really wants to come on. He had a great time. Howard had a great time with him when he was on.
So they think you're keeping him from Howard.
Everybody thinks I keep everybody from Howard.
Saying no.
That's
so
what
then
they think.
Then the Crypt Keeper cut a special TV piece.
How come
asking me to have him on?
How can get past Gary?
No. They gave it to me to give to Howard.
Yeah, so I had to watch it.
But how come it didn't look anything like the Crypt Keeper?
That is the worst puppet I ever saw.
Hello, Howard. How's it going? Remember me, the Crypt Keeper?
Can you imagine interviewing a guy like that?
Interview that.
Yeah.
Well, hello, Crypt Keeper.
Yeah. And by the way, when you watch the videotape, it doesn't even look like the Crypt Keeper.
Sink and everything.
Yeah, it looks like Dr. Ruth.
You just reminded me of something really funny. Remember when we had the nationally syndicated radio show?
Yeah.
We had trouble getting guests. Every week they wanted you to interview Alf.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
And
you want to know something? And Alf was a big star. And I just said, no, I'm not interviewing a puppet.
But remember they told you the guy was going to sit under the table with a microphone.
Why? I once interviewed a puppet. I had a real bad experience. It was this Wayland Flower and Madams. I'm sitting there with this Wayland Flower and Madams, and they're sitting there.
Wayland Flowers and Madams.
Don't correct me. It's funny in that way. All right, Wayland Flower and Madams, and I'm sitting there with them, and you wouldn't believe it, Robin. You were there.
Yeah.
The guy is pretending. In other words, it's radio, and he's pretending that the puppet is talking to me.
And he's got the puppet with him.
Yeah, and he's moving the puppet and everything, and and he's making me look at the puppet and interview the puppet.
Did you ask him why he was doing it?
Yeah, and I even tried to talk to him, and he wouldn't acknowledge me. Only the puppet would talk to me.
He would be quiet. He wouldn't say anything.
Yeah. It was a total goof.
Why are you talking to him, Howard?
It was like the time. It was like the time we interviewed Pee Wee Herman.
Right.
And he said, "Who do you want to interview, Paul Rubens or Pee Wee Herman?" And I mistakenly said Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah,
I
you could only have one.
Yeah.
Once it started, it was impossible to switch.
Yeah, right. You weren't there at that point.
No.
Yeah, that was a scary. That would have been a tough negotiation.
We should have known something was wrong at that point.
Yeah, we should have had him arrested at that point in Sarasota.
When you requested Pee Wee, he didn't go and dress like Pee Wee. He was dressed like Paul.
Yeah, that was
but he
even
acted
weirder.
like Pee Wee.
Yeah, like he came in and he goes, "Hey, how you doing?" And I was like, "Yeah, how you doing, man?" And then he goes, "Okay, we're ready to go on." And I was playing that bad music over at NBC. I go, "Yeah, okay, we're ready in about 2 seconds." And he goes, "Okay, who do you want?" Even though this has been cleared ahead of time, are you sure you want to speak to Pee Wee? I said, yeah. And he was wearing like a T-shirt rolled up, and even though he had a crew cut, he kind of wore his crew cut different or something.
Right, he sort of whacked it down or something.
It was weird. And then all of a sudden he goes, okay, and then I go, okay, hey, we're on WNBC with Pee Wee Herman.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, that funny laugh.
Whatever that. Yeah, I don't even know how to do it.
And that's what you got. He would not break character.
Yeah, this is stupid.
But with Wayland Flower and
Wayland Flower and Madams, yeah.
Even in the commercials, the Madam talk.
Come on.
Yeah. I swear to God, isn't that true?
That's absolutely
Fred, you were in the room.
100%.
Wait a second. So you would go to commercial.
That's right.
And then you might say, "Hey, so Wayland, how's it going on the road?"
Right, and he would just stand there stone faced and not answer. And then and then I'd say, "What, you going to be in Vegas or something?" That's right, we're going to be in Vegas. It was just like, what the hell?
That's strange.
Yeah, it was real strange.
So you don't want any puppet people around.
And the guy was flaming. I mean, he was doing it. He wanted to be Madam. May he rest in peace.
Be Madam and Madam.
Did they bury him with the puppet?
I don't know.
They should have, man.
I haven't seen her.
Because if anybody loved a puppet, it was this guy.
I have not seen her around since, I haven't seen her since he died.
He loved that friggin' puppet.
I mean, they should have buried him with the puppet because, what's the puppet going to do anyway?
Right. Just hang around. Well, maybe the puppet would be hanging at, Planet Hollywood or something.
Or someplace.
The Hard Rock.
Smithsonian.
They took that puppet into the coffin, dragging it, and screaming and dragging. I'm telling you, man, that thing did not want to go in the coffin. Had a life of its own.
They might have buried...
Not with him, right.
Buried Wayland as the Madam,
No place to hide.
Yeah, she's dating the crypt keeper.
Or is it Johnny Carson? Listen, Howard, remember having me on your show?
And you said no.
Friday the 13th, a
No.
couple of months back.
Months?
Well,
Was it months?
It was
I
at least a
think
year and a half
it's
ago.
time, since January 13th of this year is also the big scremiere of my movie, Demon Night, starring Billy Zane, William Sadler,
Well, here's his
and
plug.
Jada Pinkett.
Oh, 3 big stars. Who's that?
Billy Zane's another one I get offered a lot. And
Who's Billy Zane?
I'm not even sure. Robin can probably describe him better.
He was in the movie Dead Calm, wasn't he? Is that the same guy?
Yeah.
Well, I gotta hear that lineup again.
So, the big scremiere of my movie, Demon Night, starring Billy Zane, William Sadler, and Jada Pinkett.
William
It's
Sadler, I don't even know.
Billy Sadler, you don't know? And Jada Pinkett?
Didn't he sing the Ballad of the Green Beret? No, that's Staff Sergeant Barry Sadler.
No, I think that's Robert England. That's another guy. There's another guy. Freddy Krueger.
We wore out his welcome.
Yeah, we had him on once.
We had him on more than
All
one.
right, there it is.
I think we gave him like 3 shots.
Yeah, that's enough.
But he
We
made.
liked him.
Yeah, have mercy.
No,
Who else is having him on?
You know what the problem was? We gave him 3 shots, but he made 7 movies.
Yeah, right. And every time, with the Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
I even had a sketch. I did, one time I ran out of stuff. I said, let's do Freddy Krueger meets Fart Man. Whatever. I tried.
But you got to work hard for some of these guys.
Yeah, you know what? I'm tired of working hard. I want to coast.
90-minute version of my horrible, lovely madness, murder, and mayhem, and I think you're going to want to catch it. So give me a call, Howard. I'll be waiting.
Wait, there's more.
I don't know if I can handle more.
Well, no. Then he came back, remember, and he had another angle.
All right. Hey, maybe tomorrow we could...
Isn't this enough?
Yeah, I mean, no.
By the way, Howard,
he's back.
if you remember, one of your babes, Miss Howard Stern, 1994, is in the film. Boy, does she look hot. Have I got a bone for her?
Oh, boy.
And that's a really tough angle. People go...
Yeah, I'm going to interview a puppet?
No, people go, well, hey, Miss Howard Stern's in the movie, and it's so hard to not go, so?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, what do you want me to do?
I go, oh, well, I'll take that into account.
Yeah, and what else is in the movie? Lanny Pinkerton or whatever that name was?
Jada Pinkett.
Jada Pinkerton?
Pinkett.
Whatever.
Not the truck. She's Pinkett.
By the way, on tomorrow's show, Kukla, Fran, and Ollie. for your listening pleasure. Yeah, I don't interview puppets. You can make that a rule.
It seems to have been one.
Yeah.
You know who else was it falls into this category? The guy who played Roger Rabbit.
Oh.
Yeah, Charles Fleischer. He kept Charles Fleischer. Again, another nice guy, but Charles Fleischer doesn't know. No one knows him. He just doesn't know it.
And then the funny part...
well, let me get to that. He's the voice of Roger Rabbit, then he comes on, and he doesn't want to be Roger Rabbit.
Because legally he can't do it.
Yeah, legally. Well, you know what? Why don't you talk to your attorney, see if you can get that freed up. He goes, let me be myself, Charles Fleischer. I think, and then these guys turn around, I don't know, they get angry that you don't have them on, and it's like, if you're Roger Rabbit, you say some goofy stuff, well, that'd be funny.
People know who you are.
Right.
I remember how crazy you were.
Oh, I was out of my mind.
He won't do what?
He won't. Wait a second. The voice of Roger Rabbit won't be Roger Rabbit. He was another guy who thinks, he thinks he's Richard Pryor. He's supposed to, everyone's supposed to know who he is.
Yeah.
There was
this dope from Mad About You, Paul Reiser. Still mad at me. Oh, you didn't have me on when I wasn't famous. Well, excuse me. What am I supposed to do? Just fill up my show like a toilet bowl?
That should be called Mad at You.
Yeah, Mad at You.
Here's another one.
Mad About Howard, it should be called.
Remember we went to...
when I watch that show and it says Mad About You, I know he's talking to me. Yeah.
Do you remember we went to England once and we were looking for different guests? And one
Yeah.
of the guests we were interested in there was a call girl who had dated Prince Andrew. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'll tell you the guest that was really weird.
Is it the one from the porn movie?
No, here's the one that was weird. there was a girl who had married Bill Wyman of the Rolling Stones.
Mandy.
And she decided that she would come on the show, but as long as we didn't ask about her marriage.
Right.
She married him when she was like 15 years old or something.
No, she started dating him or something.
13.
And they were broken up at that time, but she married him after that.
Right. She goes, well, I don't want to talk about it. I was like, well, what do you want to talk about? I want to talk about my career.
Remember that?
What career?
What was funny was we told her we wouldn't.
Yeah.
And then when she got to the chair, that's all you asked.
That's right.
And she got up and walked out.
Yeah, she walked out on us. Well, I said, be real. I mean, what are we going to ask you about? Your career.
The woman I was thinking...
She had a lot of fascinating yarns.
The woman I was thinking of was Koo Stark.
Yeah, that's the porn star.
She was dating Prince Andrew. It's the only way anyone knew her. She said, I'd love to do the show, just don't ask me about the prince.
Yeah, okay, sure. Well, let's see. Do you like to tickle your ass with a feather? Or what? Remember we named her Cuckoo? Cuckoo Stark.
That was a really...
Yeah, I'll come on your show if we don't talk about the one thing that makes me interesting. The one thing that separates me from all the other sluts.
That was a really, really tough trip because that was the same trip where we had the brother...
She was a porno star, right?
Yeah. Soft porn.
Oh, soft porn. Well, then she's not a slut.
Remember, that was a trip that we had the brother and the sister who were married to each other, and we paid them to come on the show, and the brother locked himself in the bathroom and wouldn't come out.
Yeah, right. That was great.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. Who's cooking food? Is that the restaurant downstairs?
I guess so.
Oh, man. That kills me because I'm real hungry. I need a little nosh.
Well, doesn't Joe Piscopo say smelling it is as good as eating it?
No. Was he talking about his girlfriend? I bet that's true for her. Smelling it, eating it, whatever. She's hot. Anyway, so that's that. I don't know what I'm talking about exactly, but that's that.
It was the whole Crypt Keeper scenario. Right. People who don't want you to talk about what they really do.
Yeah.
And puppets who want to be interviewed.
Yeah. I'll never forget when Alf, like, we were so desperate we had that syndicated radio show for 6 weeks.
Couldn't get anybody.
Couldn't get anyone to come on. And finally, the one big star was Alf. And Gary came to me and said, they got Alf. And I was like, oh, well, here's the dilemma. You know, I'm going to go and reject this guest. I'm not going to interview a puppet. I'm not going to sacrifice my beliefs.
But I remember it really weirded you out because they said that the guy was going to be under the table with a microphone on, working him on stick.
Yeah, and I said, well, what's the point?
And you said, wait a minute, we're on the radio.
Yeah, I mean, why? You mean that's going to help me communicate with this stupid thing? I said, I could suspend my beliefs and believe that...
You have to sit under the table.
Yeah, let me talk to the guy at least. I'd rather talk to the guy who works the stupid puppet.
Then, of course, Alf went on to be the center square in Hollywood Squares for a while.
Yeah, and who cared? I still didn't care if that bastard became a center square. A stupid puppet. Where is it now?
In a closet.
Yeah. At least I'm working. All right, I'm going to take a break here, Robin. And when we come back, I just have a million things to get to. It's endless. And I will contact Elvis despite what the Magic 8-Ball says. And I'll take your phone calls right after these words.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. Once again, Howard Stern.
Jackie the Jackass Martling, Jackie the Joke Man Martling, excuse me. To order Jackie's Wild comedy CD or cassette, Jokeland Special, buy 2, get 1 free. Now, that's a good deal. Call 1-800-323-KING. Friday night, January 13th at the Treehouse Comedy Club in Norwalk, Connecticut is Jackie. For filthy jokes and info, call 516-922-WINE. Remember, 516-922-WINE is not a pay service. Did Fred throw in an extra, bomb dropping on that one?
Yeah,
that was very good. A little something going on there. Mrs. Gingrich, are you visiting with us again?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, baby.
A lot of people like your... Mrs. Gingrich has a very sensitive side to her. May I say, she told me off the air, and she whispered in my ear. I asked her just between us. Mm-hmm. I said, describe your son as a little boy and what he was like growing up. And very, very sensitive. She described breastfeeding Newt and... Yeah, it was very, very sensitive.
Couldn't get enough of the stuff.
Right. It was, what did you tell me? It was smoked meat that, because you have so many cigarettes? To hear from you from time to time. If you think of something funny to say.
Wow, my patties are crusty.
Oh,
anybody got a crowbar?
Well, you must be very...
Backwoods cornbone wisdom.
You must be very proud of your son.
You know what? Tom Chiasano bought me a pack of smokes this morning. That's why I come in.
Right. Well, he's very generous.
He works for cigarettes?
Yeah. Tobacco.
Can this really be the mother of our next president? I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think she's holding him back. He dumped his wife. You should dump her. All right, where were we? Now, I
was just going to run some things by you. You can listen to the John Tesh CD.
Yeah.
You can talk about how bad CD-ROMs are.
Oh, yeah, I just want to give you an example of the computer industry. You know, they have everyone's been reading about all these CD-ROMs. You buy a computer and you have everything, all this information, like an encyclopedia on just one little disc.
Yes, I haven't tried CD-ROM yet.
But other than an encyclopedia, you shouldn't try CD-ROM because all it is they put.
Well, I have, you know, there's a drive in my computer.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, like I get a new one every day. They're trying only to figure out what would get people to buy CD-ROM.
Yeah.
Here's one I got: Zeppelin, command the global airship empire. This is the complete history of Zeppelins and air travel.
Oh, boy.
I guess there's a game involved, too. Outmaneuver or out-negotiate your rivals and competitors by driving a Zeppelin. Zeppelin takes you on a fascinating tour of the golden age of travel. Why would I buy this? From the early pioneer days of transatlantic travel to the final fiery demise of the largest great airships. You interested in that?
No.
You know which one I have?
Very necessary.
You know which one I have that's equally stupid?
What?
It's called Leonardo the Inventor.
Yeah.
It's a history of Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah.
And you go through it, and I guess he invented some pretty cool stuff, but it's not necessary for CD-ROM. And there's a game on there, and the game's so silly. You know, I guess he invented the like deep sea diving equipment.
Yeah.
So you get a guy who jumps off a boat, and he has to go down and pick up like gold coins and bring them up to the boat.
In a deep sea.
Yeah, in a deep sea helmet. And it comes with 3D glasses because then there's some 3D stuff that Leonardo did.
Is it any good, the 3D?
No. It's not good at all.
I don't enjoy this when Disney parades it all in front of me and does all the work. Now I got to work the thing. I got to work the figures. I don't even enjoy it when they parade it.
You know what someone gave me for Christmas?
Yeah.
The 20th anniversary CD-ROM of People magazine. And the bulk of it is I can look up any cover in the history of People magazine.
Wow.
That's it?
Yeah.
Well,
they're coming out with CD-ROMs like that. You see, they've got all this great technology, but no software. It's like late-night television. They've got really cool technology to bring shows into your house. Mm-hmm. They just don't have any performers. It's funny.
Because I was really excited about having CD-ROM. I thought I was missing something.
No, you're not missing a thing. I got to read you this. Let me interrupt you for a second. I get a letter yesterday, right, from this kid. He wrote a book report on my book.
Uh-oh. What happened to him?
So he got an F-.
Oh.
F-, not just an F, an F-.
Hey, what is an F-?
An F-. What do you do, the guy a minus?
You failed and you failed again.
Yeah, because I want to get to some phone calls, but you got to hear this.
How old is this kid?
Let's see. Howard, how's it going? I'm writing to you live from 4th period study hall. Columbus, Ohio. He goes to high school. So he's in high school.
Okay.
Purchased private parts a few months back for $5. What, $5? What kind of crap is this?
Used book.
Yeah, he bought it at a used bookstore, obviously. I couldn't pass up the deal. I read the book many times, over and over again. A mountain grew in my pants. I love lesbian stories. Let's see. He goes, P.S. enclosed is a book report I did on you. Not bad, huh? So the teacher writes on the... I'm going to read you the book report on my book.
Yeah, because I want to know whether he failed because of his bad work, poor work, or subject selection.
So in it is a huge F-, and it says, very inappropriate across the top. Very inappropriate.
I didn't like the idea of doing the book as the part
and
of
the teacher even wrote comments. I've never seen anything as disgusting as this. Don't you ever talk about him again in my class.
See, he didn't get graded on his work. That's a shame.
Yeah, listen to... Yeah, you see, the teacher's wrong. She gave the kid the wrong message.
Yeah.
All right, here it is. You want to hear the book report?
Absolutely.
All right. Lesbians, bisexuals, homos, and sex are the main focal points in Howard Stern's best-selling Private Parts. So far, so good.
I would not disagree.
He's only offended 4 or 5 groups in the first sentence. Homos. Howard Stern is a very popular disc jockey who has his own TV show on E! Entertainment. Just recently, a jumper called into his radio show threatening to jump. Howard became a hero when he coaxed him down into the hands of the police. All right. We could have a lot of problems with that, but okay, here we go.
It's not in the book.
Right. There are many highlights in this book that mostly deal with sex. In the beginning of the book, he talks deeply about his parents who never have sex and Howard's first sexual encounter.
He talks deeply?
Listen, this guy, I will not, but the teacher didn't flunk him for his, his use of words. She flunked him for the subject. I will not go into detail of this due to the fact that it would not be appropriate. For a large portion of the book, Howard discusses who he loves and hates, who has the biggest breast, who he wished would die of cancer, or who he wants to get in bed with. And to top it all off, Howard has been married for 14 years. This is what makes the book very questionable, yet exciting. If you want to read about the king of radio who has scored in many ways, pick up a copy of Howard Stern's Private Parts and laugh your head off.
That's the whole report?
That's it.
I give him an F, too.
Yeah, but she says, I've never seen anything as disgusting as this.
What she really should have critiqued was his book report.
Right.
If he read the book, he doesn't even sound like he read the book.
Right. Well, I just thought it was very funny.
I guess she got grossed out of the first sentence.
Yeah, I like the first sentence. Lesbians, bisexuals, homos, and sex. The kid knows how to get you involved.
That's a great opening sentence.
Yeah.
You want to know more?
You can read the next line, wouldn't you? He writes me a note here on the back. He goes, "Hey Howard, I'm applying to colleges. I'm thinking of majoring in vaginal photography." All right, very good. So that's from our listener Chris, who's out there somewhere in Ohio.
Oh, we ought to call his parents.
Yeah, ruin his life completely. Not only does he have an F, but we call his parents and squeal on him. Yeah, that would be nice. F minus.
He deserved it.
Let's take a break and we come back.
Breaking new ground.
Yeah, we'll take some phone calls right after this.
If it was any other book that he didn't read, it would have gotten a D, but that's like
F minus.
Yeah. 97.1 The Eagle.
What?
Have you experienced vision
the Howard
changes?
Stern Show.
Wait a second, we're on the air.
Howard Stern.
I mean...
We're not on the air.
Well, we are on the air. Did you know we were on the air? Or you just can't wait to talk to me?
I forgot. I didn't even pay attention to this. I just wanted to answer that question.
Have I experienced vision changes?
Yes, as you're getting older.
Yes. Now I have to take my glasses off to read.
Are you kidding?
No, that's why I'm always flipping them up and down. But I thought that the older you get, that my nearsightedness would go away. I'm looking forward to that.
Is that right?
That's what somebody told me, that I'll eventually become farsighted, not nearsighted. I'd rather be farsighted. Thank you. Because I don't read that much.
It's so funny to me because my eyesight hasn't changed and everybody around me is having all kinds of trouble.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, something's going on with me, but I'm always at the vanguard of eyesight problems. I'm always on the cutting edge of eyesight problems.
You ride that wave.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to contact Elvis just in a few minutes, but I do want to take some phone calls. A lot of people anxious to speak with me because I seem to have a lot of knowledge.
I got a letter in the mail the other day where somebody was arguing the point that you are the Antichrist or the devil or some kind of a demon, spirit, or alien.
Now, I choose to throw those away and not really bring them up on the air.
Because you know so much. And how could any human being know as much as you do?
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something. As amazing as this might be, I am the outgrowth of Jesus Christ, not Satan.
It was a very funny letter.
Who wrote it, Jackie? Jackie Marlowe? Or Mrs. Gingrich?
So that's an interesting premise. He knows so much.
Well, son of Satan on the air with you.
Hi.
Hi.
Happy birthday.
Well, thank you.
Tomorrow's your birthday, right?
Happy birthday, Mr. president.
Hi, Robin.
Good morning.
I saw your article in the paper today, in Newsday, your book.
I just saw it. I had no idea this was it.
What'd they say?
I don't know.
They said,
I didn't see it either. I read Robin's book. I haven't finished it yet, though.
Is it finished?
Well, it's finished, but I haven't finished reading it.
Oh.
I still have, right, Robin, I still got a couple of pages left. I'm sorry. I read most of it.
Is that really the name, Quivers Unmasked?
I think it's Quivers Revealed now. I'm not sure.
How about Open Quivers?
Open Quivers.
I like that one.
How about Seinfeld?
No, they were just talking about your bumpy life.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you mean they review? You mean they got it?
It's in here. Paul D. What's his name?
Colford.
Is apparently he talked to somebody over at HarperCollins.
Right.
Yeah. He's a real worthwhile human being. That's the guy, I think, who wrote 3 articles in a row about me, about either sponsors wanting to boycott me or, there's real balanced reporting.
I called to wish you a happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Is the party tomorrow?
Yeah, probably. January 12th is the party, although I'm thinking maybe it's Friday because...
The weekend.
Yeah, like it'll be a good day for a birthday show, Friday.
Is it going to be Tavern on the Green again?
I don't know. How would I know?
What are you talking about? I'm reading
first
my
of all,
article.
The whole premise is that it's a surprise.
I know, but that never works.
There's no birthday show.
Oh,
yeah.
Aren't you going to be surprised?
Yeah, so the point is, you know what, lady, even if there is going to be one or isn't going to be one, I like the idea of being surprised, okay? So let's all play into it.
Okay.
The surprise is in the fact that Howard has no idea what's going to happen, where it's going to be.
Right.
He really doesn't know until he's taken someplace.
Until one of our sponsors ruins it and tells me.
Is that happening?
Not yet, but it will, I'm sure.
I just remember the one year that it wasn't exactly on your birthday, and you were so bummed the whole day.
Yeah, that was great.
That was
my
a big surprise for all of us. Boy, we had fun that day.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Hey, by the way, tune into the E! Show tonight. That's the show where, remember when Pete Rose came on and and Marge Schott started yelling at Pete? Mrs. Schott will be on there, right, Mrs. Schott? You're going to be on there?
Yeah, I was yelling at Pete Rose.
Right.
It was fun.
Yeah, well, Mrs. Schott...
about niggas, how you got to lock them up in between games.
Right, Mrs. Schott, who was...
They'll win them for you, but you got to lock them up.
Mrs. Schott was accused of being a racist.
Yes.
Because she used the word nigger and kike and wop, I think she used.
I don't remember all of her.
Invectives, they call them now.
Yes.
Right.
That's a new word for nigger.
Oh, no.
She was accused of something. I don't know.
It was the comments about her $1 million niggers.
Right.
Trained animals.
So Mrs. Schott had joined us, right, Mrs. Schott? And
Yeah.
Pete Rose was here, and Pete Rose worked for you when he was managing your team.
Charlie Hustle.
Yeah, Charlie Hustle. So it's a lot of fun.
Should be nice to see the two of them together again.
Yeah, it's fun watching Pete's face as Mrs. Schott blurts out her expletives.
Invectives, that's the new word. I love that word.
Right, okay, Mrs. Schott. So
Jews and niggers.
how's the team doing?
Baseball's done. It's over.
You think the strike will end soon?
Never.
Why do you say that?
No, give me more time to sit in my room and smoke and drink and call up reporters and talk about niggers.
Maybe you're better off not talking.
Well, there'll be nothing to suspend her or ban her from.
Right.
So go for it.
All right. Well, listen, you got your team, and that's all that matters, right?
Greedy niggers are killing baseball.
I knew it would be their fault.
It's not big business. It's greedy niggers. That's the cause of all the problems. Them grubby niggers.
Well, you're saying that...
Dirty, greedy...
Well, come on. You're saying black people are the only ones who want money?
The white guys don't want more money?
And needy specks, all right?
Needy specks.
Right, okay.
Needy.
You're not just saying that, though, that only black guys want money. There's other people. That's all. All right, very
We need more players like Cobb.
Cobb, Ty Cobb?
White and good and not black.
Okay.
Polacks, anything.
You'll take anything at this point.
Chinks.
You would work with
A lot of
Polacks.
chinks overseas that have ball clubs.
So you like Chinese?
We should get them.
Right. All right, very good. You say the Chinese are not greedy.
Or is it Japs? Who plays them?
All right, I had
Who's
enough.
the ones with the slanted eyes?
You're on the air. This is New York. I'll jump around. New York, you're on the air.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Howard.
Yeah,
Got
lower,
an issue to bring up with you.
yeah, could you lower the radio, though, please, sir?
Sure, there you go.
I'm probably the only person on the planet that calls this guy sir.
And he appreciates it.
Yeah, like, because, you know.
Howard, I got an issue to bring up with you.
I think Billy West gets a lot of joy out of saying niggers on your show.
No, that's Mrs. Schott.
Or Mrs. Schott, whoever. I think they get I think it's just too much of it.
No, personally, it happens to pain us when we have to point out society's ills like this, and we do it because we're trying to say, look.
No, he understands all that. He just thinks that Billy really enjoys it.
Oh, Billy, you don't really enjoy it.
I used to. I changed.
Now you don't like it?
Yeah.
He doesn't like it, he says.
No, he doesn't like it.
For what it's worth, he says he doesn't like doing it.
Yeah. One other thing, too.
By the way, I just want to say Billy is the most non-racist person. Billy has a black friend. I met him.
Just one.
Well, yeah. How many do you have? How many does he need?
Well, I grew up in Detroit. I had one black.
Right. By the way, Billy is giving you the finger, sir, and challenges you to come down here right now.
Well, I'm afraid I can't do that right now. One other thing. Last year you talked a lot about Roosevelt. I'm offering to give Robin. She was very interested in coming to Roosevelt. She wants a personal tour. I can give her a personal tour of Roosevelt.
Yeah, that's who she wants to go with. Miami, you're on the air.
Yeah, meet me at...
Meet me at the Roosevelt drugstore. Miami, you're on the air. The great city of Miami.
How you doing? I got two questions for you, Howard.
How you doing?
How you doing? I got two questions for you. One is Melissa Etheridge went on public to say that she finds Brad Pitt so attractive that she would do him.
That's right.
I'm wondering if you feel the same way.
What about Brad Pitt?
Yeah.
Would you do Brad Pitt?
If I had to do a guy, I would do Brad Pitt.
There you go.
There you go. No, and, I'm not attracted to the male form. I'm no homo.
What do you think of that statement, though, by Melissa Etheridge, that she and a bunch of other lesbians were looking at Brad Pitt, and they said he could make a woman change? So are they just frustrated women who can't get men?
Well, that's what I've said all along, that homosexuality, and I don't say this I don't have an agenda, but I'm just telling you that it is a psychological manifestation. It's one of the biggest distractions that men create and women create to keep certain responsibilities and stuff off their shoulders. It's a distraction, that's all. It's created by the mind. It's a very complicated thing.
Responsibilities.
Oh, it's about a lot of different things. You are so consumed with your homosexuality that it doesn't allow you to think about any of life's problems, responsibilities, or anything. It's a great distraction.
Children?
That's not so bad.
No, that's not what I'm saying. There are certain.
What are you talking
about? It's a distraction. It consumes your life 24 hours a day.
But I thought you meant that because at one time you used to say it's a way of never maturing because you're not going to take on the responsibilities of a family, a wife.
Well, it's not always family that is the thing that gets you. It could be other things. But the point I'm making is that the mind has an incredible way of distracting you.
But so does heterosexuality. It's the same
Sir,
thing.
would you listen to me? What are you? Are you gay?
Yeah.
All right. You know I could cure you?
Why?
If you'd open up your mind and listen to what I'm saying.
I am listening.
You could be cured, but everybody starts screaming.
I don't want to be
cured. Jay starts screaming. I don't want to be cured. Yes, you do. Of course you do. What do you think? It's easy being a homosexual in our society?
I wouldn't recommend it to anybody.
Oh, it's not easy. It's very difficult. I'm trying to offer you a cure.
If you had a child, you wouldn't wish that on them.
Right.
I love it since day one.
All right, you love it, but I'm telling you, you would. Let me ask you a question. I want you to answer me honestly.
Okay.
If tomorrow you could wake up heterosexual, if you could be born heterosexual all over again.
I was never born heterosexual.
No. I'm saying if you could be born all over again and you could come back heterosexual, you would. And don't tell me you wouldn't.
Of course I would.
Of course. So now I'm giving you a cure, but you don't want to listen. You're going to start screaming, I like being gay. I like being gay. Just listen. I know you like being gay. It's good. You should like it. Listen, that's what you are.
I mean, I can appreciate a beautiful woman. But, I mean,
sure
you put somebody like Brad Pitt next boom, the woman goes right out the door. You know?
All right. You know what? I tried to cure you, but I can't. Thank you.
You could cure him by phone?
Well, I tried to offer him some avenue to something to open his mind to this. It might click for him, but he don't want to listen.
No.
All right. So good.
I got another thing for you. I'm working.
All right. Listen, I have nothing against gay people. I like gay people.
So do I.
I have a friend who's gay, okay?
Listen,
wow.
All
right. So what I'm saying is, though, if you're interested in the cure, some people aren't. If you're interested in the cure, I know the cure.
How come you wouldn't just entertain a cure? If you're so happy to be homo,
Yeah.
why don't you just try it? Just to see if it's possible. You know, where's the downside in it?
In order to be cured, you have to believe my diagnosis. That's all it takes. Once you believe what I'm saying, if you really internalize it and think about it, you would be cured of your homosexuality. It's that simple. It's not. You don't have to take a drug. You don't have to. You've got to sit and think about this, and you got to think about what is it in your life that you're trying to distract yourself from, and then that'll be your answer. There are some people who are diagnosed obsessive compulsives. All day long they have to touch things, they have to wash their hands over and over again.
They have to count.
And they're starting to say now, oh, it must be something wrong with their brain. But every time they x-ray them, they can't find anything wrong with the brain because it's a psychological problem. It is a distraction. It keeps you from thinking about the things that you don't want to think about.
I don't know.
Same thing with homosexuality. That's even more of a distraction. That's for people who really don't want to face the world.
So in other words, wrong.
Right, Mrs. Gingrich.
Ray's wrong. Every time I thought Nudie might have been a homo, I'd burn his privates with cigarettes. Straighten him right out.
I heard the other day that he has a sister who's gay. Is that true?
Is that true, Mrs. Gingrich?
You raised wrong.
You raised her wrong.
I spent all my time with Nudie.
All right.
And I forgot about Fruity.
Oh, man. Howard, what's the thing, though? I don't understand why you just feel so badly towards Tom Snider. I mean, I was watching him.
I don't feel badly toward Tom Snider. I am evaluating his performance on television. Can't you guys see the difference?
Yeah, but, you know, I've been watching him since I was a
kid. It's my opinion.
So you like him?
Who cares what you think?
I like him.
Go skate backwards.
Skate backwards. Listen, my sister
Tom Snider is scarier than anal sex. Remember that.
My sister Diane's a real big fan of yours in Jersey.
Thank you.
She,
All right. I don't know. I couldn't get... What is that,
Tom
Mrs.
Snider made him gay. That's how he got gay.
What, from watching Tom Snider?
Back in the 70s.
Right.
Gay nightlight.
I'm talking about a generation. You're telling me my generation can't produce a performer that could take over a late-night slot on CBS? You tell me I got to go to a guy who was finished because nobody watched him or listened to him on the radio? That's the bet. I mean, out of a country of 9 billion people, this is who they found, Tom Snider? You mean, out of all the performers, Letterman, that's who we found?
It must be true because, what's his name, Lorne Michaels had a whole talent search.
Well,
They
then,
couldn't find anyone.
I have nothing to fear. I will always work. Because if they did a talent search throughout the country and they came up with Conan and Tom Snider, then I am going to be the most in-demand performer. Even if I lose a chunk of my brain to a stroke, and I thought, I will still be on the radio. I will have a performing career because people obviously will put up with anybody. Tom Snider is nothing. He's not a good interviewer. He's disturbing to look at. There's nothing provocative there. And he will lose. His first night out, he had a 4 rating. That's nothing for a premiere show. That means he lost half of Letterman's audience. You know how many people watch late-night television between Letterman and Leno?
Didn't have an 8.
Letterman had a 7, 6.7 or something.
Oh, okay.
And Snider had a 3 point something. So I'm rounding off figures.
Oh, I
but,
see.
you know, he didn't even hold on to half. And let me tell you something. You know how many people watch late-night television?
The whole group? No, I don't know.
40 million people are watching television. Do you know what happens when Conan and Tom Snider come on?
20 million go to sleep?
More.
More?
More than 20 million go to sleep. That's pathetic. That's not very good. And you wait and see. They're going to drop off even more.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where Tom settles.
At 12:30 at night, you could take a chance and do something wild. Do something different.
That's
as interesting as it gets.
One show. Is he on live?
Yeah.
At that
Take
time
phone
in the morning.
calls. Yeah. Hope nobody calls about us. All right, New Orleans, you're on the air. No, I disturbed
Dinner
him.
every night.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
All this talk about condoms is making me frisky.
Well, let me fix that. Go ahead, Karen. Ask your question.
Mr. Glickman, what condom would you recommend for Howard Stern?
Oh, extra small. Here is Beth in, is that right, in Columbus, Georgia?
Thank you. Call from New Orleans. You're on the air.
Hey, what's up, Howard? Hello?
Hello?
What?
Hello?
Can I talk to Howard?
Yes?
Hey, have you heard the new Van Halen?
The song on I saw Van Halen video on MTV. I haven't
seen the video. I heard the song.
You like it?
Yeah, I liked it all right, but there's something peculiar going on there.
What's going on?
Well, Eddie Van Halen cut off all his hair and...
You mean bald?
Well, he's got a little crew cut, and then he grew like a Charles Manson beard, like... I don't know, but in the whole video, you can't see him. It's like they keep him in the shadow. Something's going on in his face. I don't know what's going on. Very strange.
Like a lumberjack.
Yeah, there's something going on there. They don't want you to see something. Myrtle Beach, you're on the air.
Cool.
Yes.
How about in your paperback, you had that contest where a fan could win
Yes.
to get it with Howard?
Yes.
And we wanted to know when you would announce the big winner.
I don't know when I'm going to announce the big winner. I got to announce a script I approve.
I was going to say, there's no movie to beat.
Right. I'll tell you something. Listen, all people ask me about all day. They want to see this movie. They want a movie. They want a movie. Yes, everyone is excited. But I must tell you.
You know what we all think? We all think that you're just keeping us in suspense. You're really working on the movie.
I mean, I'm actually filming. No, I swear to you I would tell you because there would be too many stories to tell. I'll tell you what's going on. I am just not pleased with the scripts.
So now you're writing again.
No, I didn't say I was writing. I'm just not pleased.
The weekend writing.
Well, I was in a meeting about the script and some of my thoughts and ideas, but,
Well, you can pick a fan now. Maybe they can help.
All right. Thank you.
That's the best idea you've heard all day.
If I want to pick a fan to help, I'll pick Fred. No, I spent the weekend rejecting, not doing anything else, not actually contributing. Right. I just reject. That's all. One more call, and then I must contact Elvis. Buffalo, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard, how you doing today? Hey, question.
With question here?
Yeah, I have a question.
Go ahead. Good. I'm glad.
Yeah, I was just wondering, have you ever interviewed Gary's dentist?
Well, that was the question, huh?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's like when I go on Prodigy. That's the same questions they ask me.
Never a good question? I
Once in
noticed
a
that
while.
you never come in and say, oh, I read this on Prodigy last night.
No, I know. You don't really read anything worth saying. Should I try one more? Or you're into it, or what? Or you just want to give
I
up?
love this roulette.
All
Come
right.
on, let's
okay.
do it.
Las Vegas, you're on the air.
Hey, how you doing? Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Hey, I was talking out. I heard you talking earlier about the California floods.
Yes.
And I just want to give you a story yesterday on watching CNN. They had Sky 13 out there. Out of all the things going on, they're watching a rescue team try to rescue a little dog off of an island.
Yeah, I know, because that's what they care about. Just like
the homeless are floating.
Yeah, the homeless are floating, but everyone gets emotional. Yeah, people feel more emotional toward these dogs than they do the homeless.
Right. I mean, there's nothing better going on in California. Cars, you can see the cars in the background, and they're focusing in on this person trying to rescue a dog.
And dog rescue.
Right.
Don't those people always look stupid? Like they're in danger of losing their lives, but they have to rescue the dog.
They're risking it all. There's millions of dollars of equipment.
They're trying to rescue something that's actual food in other countries.
It was classic CNN, though. I mean, I knew that you'd love to hear that comment.
I hear no one in Los Angeles is watching CNN. They're busy listening to Mexican radio, from what I read.
I don't know. I know we're all listening to you out here in Vegas, Howard.
Well, thank you. Oh, Vegas, I see. Okay, thank you.
All right, happy birthday.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. One more or no?
Yeah, one more.
One more, Robin?
Yeah, why not?
Philadelphia. We haven't got to Philadelphia in a while. Philadelphia, you're on the air. I know why we don't go there. Philadelphia, you're on the air. Mm-hmm. Hello?
Hello. Howard, I'm sorry. Are you on the other line? Listen, still on American Online the other night, and you're, like, huge there. Why are you using Prodigy?
The guy who put in my computer, that's what he gave me, so I use that.
Yeah, but it's free. I mean, just grab it in anything. I mean, I went in there. They had those chat rooms. I opened a room in your name last night. Like half an hour. There's 23 people in it.
Yeah. Well, listen. Listen. Well, I don't know what you want me to do. What do you want me to do? You want me to switch to America Online?
That you're not on America Online, which is supporting you greatly, and you're talking to the people on Prodigy.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you the truth. I really don't. I don't know what to say.
You can't be on all these services.
No, but I gotta live my life. I gotta have time to. I chat here 5 hours a day. Then I go home. I chat a little on there, and that's it. Then I go to bed.
That's true, but I mean, they've got like 100 sound bites from your show on there.
Oh, so you're telling me America Online is better?
Yeah, definitely better.
I see. Okay, very good.
All right, have a good one, Howard.
I'll switch immediately. I mean, I would...
What is the deal? He's saying they have sound bites from the show, and I know that's where I downloaded the ICOJ.
Yeah, well...
What is that all about, and why do they get to do that?
It's all illegal, but they all think that they can just get away with it. Yeah. Everybody just takes stuff from the show and,
Amazing. Because I couldn't believe that was on there, so that's why I had it downloaded. So
I was on the internet. I heard our whole rap about Mystery Guest with Tim Allen.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's real weird. You have to download for like 12 hours, and then you get to hear back 3 seconds of... computers are not perfected.
I know. Because it takes forever.
Yeah, right. Like, you're all excited. You're downloading something, and it takes 3 hours, and you play it back, and it's like, well, gee, I could have just gotten a tape of that in the mail.
The absolute worst is getting those pictures.
Yeah.
When they say they have a picture, you press this and that. And
it never comes up.
And it takes about 5 years for this picture to develop.
And then you get the picture and it sucks.
Yeah. Can't see a darn thing.
Yeah, I know. Computers really aren't where they should be.
I like the computers in the movies and on TV.
Yeah.
Boy, are they fast.
Yeah. Yeah. Computers on TV. I was watching a movie the other night. This guy, I know what it was. That stupid Wesley Snipes movie. And the guy's a computer genius. And he taps into the computer and there's like pictures coming up.
Everything just pops up.
Animated things walking across the screen.
And they can do things, let me do this.
Yeah. He's tapping into the FBI rooms and yeah, sure. Buffalo, you're on the air.
Yeah, I just got the brochure from my porno company here, the latest brochure, and John Wayne Bobbitt is the star of the show.
Yeah, well, first of all, what do you mean a porno brochure?
I ordered something from them a couple of years ago.
Are you a big porno user?
Yeah.
I mean, if you get a brochure, you must really
be...
they must. Well, what it is I ordered something at one time in the past, and they just keep sending them whether I order or not.
What did you order? You ordered a video? Or
Yeah, some tapes. And he's the big star of the brochure this month.
Yes.
And
boy, he's got a small penis, huh? I have the John Wayne Bobbitt tape. I got to tell you, I mean, did you see it, Robin?
No.
I got to bring that in for you to watch.
Well, do you think this is, you're not seeing him prior to surgery?
Well, I don't know. He's no bigger than I am. In fact, I might be bigger.
How did she manage to whack it off, throw it out a window, and people found it?
You know what? Whoever found that must have the greatest vision in the world.
Superman.
Because I thought he was huge or something that they'd be able to find. Because I don't mind. People would just step on it. What it would look like.
Well, he's doing a bevy of beauties here.
It would look like a... What would it look like, Mrs. Gingrich?
I don't know. Nudie and I love porno. Did you ever see Girls and Goats? That's our favorite.
They've also got the Tanya Harding home video in here, too.
Yeah, I've seen that, too.
Yeah, she has very ugly breasts.
Yeah, she really does.
Very ugly breasts.
Yeah, well, they're little flat things.
Yeah, they really are. But I just thought it was interesting about this new career he's starting up, He's here with a bevy of beauties, and anywhere his penis is exposed, it's blacked out. You have to buy it in order to see it.
That's the big thrill. And all I know is, hey, you can laugh all you want at the guy. You see who he's having sex with, some really good-looking girls.
Well, that, and I guess he's making some serious money here, too.
I doubt it.
Well, I don't know.
To think that if you're in porno movies don't make big money.
Yeah, believe me, I don't know how many royalties you get.
He's got one here chasing him around with a butcher knife, too, and among other things. But I just thought it was interesting to see him in here this month.
All right, well, thank you.
Okay.
Guy calling from a shack in Buffalo somewhere.
He's making a ton of money.
Howard, I'm telling you, I got the latest porno ordering form, and this Wayne Bobbitt is all over it. And he must be making a ton of money.
Everybody's making a ton of money, you know. I mean,
everybody but you.
Yeah.
He's probably like a billionaire or something from this, because I know.
Look, he's got a bevy of beauties.
Yeah. I think it's very interesting what he's doing with his career. I thought for sure he would go into movies, legitimate movies, or show business, or maybe his own TV series. But
sports commentary.
Yeah, or political analysis. But why is he doing porno?
Like Jann Wayne Bobbitt has a career.
Choices.
Yeah, career choices.
Meteorologist.
A man of his stature should be working on as a newsman, an anchorman. You know, with his fame.
Correspondent.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think NBC would hire him as a foreign correspondent now that he's done porno.
McLaughlin Group.
McLaughlin Group.
Jann Wayne Bobbitt, what do you think?
Huh?
What? All right, let's take a break, then I'll contact Elvis, okay? Everyone's been waiting for that, so we'll do that next.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. Once again, Howard Stern.
The karate noise. All right. I'm going to contact Elvis, but there is a slight distraction going on if we want to deal with it.
What's that?
And, you know, well... Remember Rhonda Shear?
Of Up All Night?
Up All Night on the USA Network. We had her on, like, speaking of people that we don't have on anymore, like, we had her on once. It was kind of funny because she was, like, she had a date with Larry King.
Yeah.
And she's sort of, like, good to look at. And then wasn't there something in the Inquirer with her and Burt Reynolds one time? We had her in.
That was the one that said that she and Burt had sex during a fight or something.
Yeah, but then when she comes in, it always turns out they didn't, and it's always sucky interview, and she's like a character. She's like a cartoon character.
Yeah. She's like Annie Fanny.
Yeah. So, you know, we had our fill of her, but she's always trying to get on the show. So now she's downstairs in our lobby on a payphone because she works for some show called Live from Queens.
Oh, she's on that now?
I don't know. Well, it's like really weird. Live from Queens, you know, the Cable Ace Awards are coming up Sunday, and I'm up for a Cable Ace Award for my Howard Stern E-interview show.
Right.
And I guess she's downstairs, like, saying that she's from Queens and they want to win the Cable Ace Award. She wants to get into, like, a fight with me or something.
Well, there's an angle. You said you needed one.
She's just like one of those dodos trying to fill up TV with comedy. You know, there's like a lot of people like that right now. Like, you know, like Paula Poundstone running around the Academy Awards trying to fill up the TV with comedy. So she's on a payphone. Do we want to talk to her? And, like, she's downstairs in our lobby.
Well,
it could be funny.
Plunk down the little line there and see what she's got to say. She must have thought this out.
Yeah, and Gary says she's more hyper than ever. They have the TV camera crew following her. But we sent our TV crew down to follow her.
So she's got more cameras on her than she's ever had in her life.
And she's like acting. Gary says every time I pick up the phone, she starts acting weird. Like, what is she doing?
Well, first of all, usually if she calls, she'd say, "Hey, Gary, it's Rhonda Shear. How you doing?" But it says, like, "Hi, Gary, it's Rhonda. I'm out here. It's really cold, and I'm wearing a really sexy outfit."
Oh, she's acting. Now she's acting like her character.
But I got a report from our crew. She's down there in some skimpy outfit with a box of chocolates for you and the whole thing.
Rhonda.
Yes.
Turn off your radio.
I'm turning up the radio?
No, turn off the radio.
Turn off the radio. Okay, we're turning off the radio.
What phone is she on?
She's on a cellular, but she has to tell you everything she's doing because she's doing it for a camera. So, like, okay, now we're turning off the radio.
We're turning off the radio. The radio is off. But I have to hear every word of Howard Stern because I can't miss anything.
Oh, she's doing TV.
I need my daily dose.
Well, then he should win the award.
Right. So
you just proved his point.
What's the premise here? That you work for Queen's Lifetime?
Well, yes. I'm the West Coast correspondent. I have changed
She has no idea why I can't stand
I
her.
mean, it's a whole new thing. You should see my look. It's very exciting. I'm here with Sissy Digger. She was in the TV Guide this week.
It's a case of a girl who was like really good looking,
A full-body shot.
who wants to be on
She's a woman
TV.
of intelligence.
It's like you've memorized it, isn't it?
And me, it's a new look for me. It's a new image. I mean, I've changed my ways. But you know what?
She's a vomit.
Larry King is in the same category, and he will be talking to Sissy Diggers later this afternoon.
Hey, she dated Larry King, right?
Yeah.
But you haven't talked to us, Howard. Oh, I have cake. And Sissy's got cake and cookies for you.
Oh.
Oh, come on, let us up.
Who were you with?
Sissy Digger?
Who's Sissy Digger?
I think she's the host.
She's the host of the Lifetime?
I think so.
Hey, Rhonda, can you mellow out? I mean, I know you're doing a thing for TV, but can you just relax?
This is the way I normally am at 8 o'clock in the morning. You know, I'm not even in the lobby, Howard. I am up, and I'm in the snow, and I'm waiting for you. And you know what?
What is the...
I just wanna
excuse
run
me.
my hands through your dark hair.
Can I just ask you something?
Yes.
Would you do absolutely anything to get on this show?
I tell you what.
Absolutely anything that Howard desires to get on the show. Robin, you know that. You accuse
Hey,
me.
maybe I should put her in the laughing stock.
And by the way, I've been on the air twice with you guys, not just one time.
I don't... No, let me get the premise again. You're
I
with...
always had Gilbert Godfrey on from Up All Night.
No, Gilbert's funny.
Well, I didn't claim to be funny. I claimed to be intelligent with large breasts, and now I'm changing my image on Lifetime Network. You know, it's a woman's network. It's a whole new beginning for me. Howard,
You said that already.
Showcase that.
Yeah.
Well, ask her to do something outrageous.
Come on, Howard.
Well, if you're outrageous,
Howard.
hi. If you're outrageous, why don't you do something outrageous?
Howard?
This is the other one.
Oh,
yeah.
hi, Sissy.
How are you, Howard?
Sissy. Isn't that urine?
Yeah.
Sissy?
Yeah?
My mom used to call that sissy. Don't make a
It has
sissy.
many connotations.
Sissy.
Come on, Howard. We're down here. I've got Godivas, for goodness sakes.
Oh,
Howard,
just send those up.
I didn't sleep with anybody to get on the show. I mean, it's a whole new thing. I mean, you don't understand. It's a woman's show.
And can you imagine, like, they'll win the Ace Award over me?
They couldn't be nominated in your category.
Yeah, this is why I'm so insulted.
The spirit of competition. Come meet your competitor. We're going to be on the air with Larry King in just a few hours. You're not going to let
Do you
us
hear
know.
the thud when their brains fall out?
They're so wound up.
Yeah, this is why you know what?
My new look.
If women didn't have vaginas, I'd never talk to them. Except for Robin.
I have to come in.
Excuse me. All right, girls, I tell you what.
What?
Tell them to come up here.
Why don't
What do you usually do when you don't want to have somebody on the show, but they want to get on the show?
What do I do?
You think of something for them to do that there's no way they would do, and then hope they do it.
Oh,
Rhonda.
Howard, you know I'll do anything for you.
Get topless like you were in Playboy?
Yes.
All right, so why don't you will you take your tops off?
Yes, I will take my top off.
Oh,
All right. And will you be in my laughing stock?
Well, I have a little secret weapon, and I should show it to you.
I'm sure it's some dopey whip or vibrator.
Can I get you and Sissy to make out with each other?
Sissy, I knew that you'd get to this, you know, with she and I together. Sissy's a woman who, she was one time an executive for NBC.
Oh, listen to
Her name is
She
C.
used to tell Letterman what to do and everything.
All right, can you do me a favor? Will you come up here and get in my laughing stock?
When I get on your what?
You know what? I can't handle. I can't stand her.
Hang in, and we'll get on whatever you ask me.
What I don't understand the premise of your call. Is it that you want to argue with me
I
that?
don't want to argue with you. We want to meet the competitor. You are in the same category as Live from Queens. You, Larry King, and you know.
Yeah, that really disturbs me. That's why I won't go to the Cable Ace
Tell
Award.
them you're insulted by being in the same category, and no, you won't talk to them.
All right, do you want them up here, obviously?
No, I'm saying say no.
Oh, you just tell them no?
Yeah.
You can't come up here.
Oh, we're already up here, Howard, and I'm halfway left.
Let's get them up here so I can yell at them.
And you got to think of something really stupid for them to get in.
All right, well, you tell her to get topless.
That's right. It's all about being topless anyway. Isn't that everything? Look, I'm getting topless as we speak.
All right, why don't you just go out to the front of the building, get them up here real quick, and get them topless. If they get topless, we'll get them in here. Or get them in the laughing stock. And
Okay, because they don't understand. I'll explain it to them.
Yeah, because I'd love to torture her.
Okay,
it's so funny to me because Lifetime used to be totally opposed to this show.
I know. Well, of course. I mean,
and
this
now
is what.
all of a sudden they want to be up here?
What should I do about their cameras and stuff?
I don't care.
Lifetime Network. It's good.
Who cares? No one will see it.
Exposure.
We'll say 90
Exposure.
rocks all over the place.
I think I need exposure from that.
We're in.
Just shut up, you annoying stupid ass. A stupid ass. That's a case of a girl who has like a really good body, a really pretty face, and every guy used to sit and tell her that she had a good personality and ought to be on TV. And then some loon over at the Lifetime Network put her on the show because he probably got horny for her.
Are you saying the Women's Network is run by men?
Of course. The Women's Network is... How else would you hire that many annoying women unless you were horny? I'm going to put you on the Lifetime Network. You know, I was nominated for a Cable Ace Award, and I got kind of excited because, I'm never nominated for anything. I'm only, I'm a buffoon. But I happen to think I've got some talent. And then, I'm going to go out there to California, sit there in an audience with two jackasses like that.
You're going to sit there while they run up on stage?
Well, I'm not. That's why I'm not going. Everyone keeps saying to me, why don't you go to the Cable Ace Awards? Like Fran keeps calling me and asking me to go to the, the head of the E! Network. Yeah. She keeps asking me to go to the Cable Ace Awards. I said, I'm going to sit there and have a camera on me while those two idiots accept an award from our industry? Because they don't give me an award. Nobody can reward me for doing a good show.
Our industry.
No.
It's ours.
It is ours. Heads full of sawdust. And they give sawdust a bad name. And I want to contact Elvis, but I just got to play this out for a second. What's the story?
Boy, oh boy. First of all, remember I told you during the commercial I can't stand Rhonda Shear?
Yeah.
And then I go out there and she's wearing this plunging top.
Yeah.
And now I love her.
Yeah, right.
Now I love Rhonda Shear.
Yeah. It's a total goof. I know, but that's how she gets work. Guys like you become executives and you can't resist.
It's her passport.
Yeah, it's her passport. It's big, giant breasts.
Like, I remember they were big, and they're kind of bigger than I remember them.
What is she going to do?
Well, okay, so then Sissy...
You know what? Let's just get her in and out of here.
Sissy is like, they're, I guess they're the yin and the yang, so Sissy's like the normal calm one.
Yeah.
So the producer's telling Sissy, no way is she getting in the laughing stock.
Right.
But Rhonda will get in the laughing stock.
All right, so get her in it.
Oh, okay. Sissy has to listen to the producers.
Right.
Yeah.
The producers...
Sissy can't think for herself.
Yeah, Sissy has an actual career going on. She's deluding herself into thinking she has a career.
But why is it they go to the producer says, no, by no means can you get in the laughing stock.
Right,
like,
only
Sissy
Rhonda.
has no brain.
Right.
See, they hired Rhonda to be the wacky one.
Oh, I see.
But Sissy's got to be, she's got...
So are they like a team? Like they?
It appears to be.
This was that show they leaked the news to the papers that they were considering me as a co-host?
Yeah, gee, isn't that nice? Thank God. You mean you could have been working with Rhonda Shear?
I got passed over for Rhonda Shear.
Yeah, gee, that's got to be a real blow to the ego when you're passed over by Rhonda Shear.
Although if you'd have gotten the show, then you'd be in the laughing stock.
Right.
No way.
That's the insulting thing. You never once were contacted.
I never talked to these people.
You were never contacted for the job, and then they put in the newspaper that you got beat out by Rhonda Shear.
Well, that's what it looks like, because they say Robin's being considered for the job, and then Rhonda gets it.
That's like when they were looking for... The supposed beat was, I hadn't talked to anyone, that they needed someone to replace Conan O'Brien, and they said that they were searching for someone to replace Letterman, and they said, well, the candidates are Conan O'Brien, Howard Stern...
I remember it was like Rosie O'Donnell. Greg Kinnear.
Yeah, Greg Kinnear.
And you.
Yeah, and like Charles Fleischer, something like that. And I was like, this is insulting. I wouldn't, in no way. I wouldn't compete with these people. This is an embarrassing lot. That's who I am? I'm a guy who writes best-selling books, has the biggest night in pay-per-view history, has a movie deal, has a hit radio show no matter where I go. And what have any of them done? Nothing.
Are you ready for Rhonda?
What?
You ready for Rhonda? I'll bring Rhonda and Sissy in, but only Rhonda will get in the chair.
Well, then get her in the chair.
Right, I'm getting the chair.
Where's the chair? The chair's not even here.
Well, my assistant should be listening and bringing the chair down.
Oh, yeah. Good luck.
They respond about as well as you do.
You know what? I might not even get her in the chair because she's so friggin' annoying.
There's no way to close that mouth.
That'll be a half hour.
Yeah. And then I want to contact Elvis and get back to the regular show. I just got to play this out. I got to see how stupid and asinine this can be. Because this is what I want to... I want to show you what I compete with for a Cable Ace Award. No talents like Larry King, who doesn't even ask a question. The guests call up and ask questions. Good question.
Larry
here comes the laughing stock.
What town they're from.
Ralph is the laughing stock.
There's the laughing stock, Robin.
We sat there looking at a video to try to figure out how this stupid chair works the other day. Do you think you got it figured out now?
I don't know. You're supposed to tie girls up in that thing, though.
We got to back it up.
No, just put it over. Well,
you want to put it back here? Or?
Yeah, put it back there.
Nobody ever knows where to put the chair.
The chair, you got to see this on TV because we're filming this for TV. You got to see. We have this huge, giant wooden stockade chair that looks so evil.
But there's no way it has to be that big.
No, it's just obscenely big.
All right, bring in Rhonda real quick.
Come on in, Sissy.
And nobody's ever actually put the chair together the way it's supposed to be put together.
Hi, Sissy. Hi, Sissy's the serious one. Hi, Sissy.
The serious one.
Hi, Rhonda.
Hi, Howard.
You're so lucky you have big breasts because it's just like there's just no reason to talk to you.
Oh, Howard, you always say that. You're looking very well.
Why don't you just use your real voice?
This is my real voice.
Sissy, what's your story? Don't you want to have a career?
She has a career.
Look how far she's gotten me so far. I'm standing in your radio studio.
Howard, 8 months after she's on the air, up for an 8th nomination. Isn't that fantastic?
You know, Howard, I just didn't want to find out we were wearing the same thing, you know.
Right. Hey, listen, you know what? You two girls, oh, there's the producer. Look, everyone's got to come in the room.
Boy.
Oh, you know,
I can't even see you anymore, Howard.
Throw the producer in the laughing stock.
Hi, Robin. Hey, and Howard, we were listening to your show on the way in from Connecticut this morning, and I think we came on a good day. You could use us today.
No, you know what? I'm gonna last with you guys about 2 seconds. I got to just tell you something.
Oh, come on, Howard.
No, I got to tell you.
Don't you want to talk about Larry King?
No, I'm going to throw you out of here in just 2 seconds because I can't. You know what? I'm not even going to put you in the laughing stock.
Oh, please. Oh, I love that fetish thing. I've got lots of foot fetishes.
All right, then put her in it.
Where is it?
Put her in it.
Where is it?
Take your shoes off.
Take your shoes off. Get in it.
Can you help me, Gary?
Could you explain the foot fetish thing?
You have to unzip it, my gosh.
What's with that phony voice?
Hi, Howard.
Hi, Howard.
I can't help it. Howard, I
well, talk like a normal person. Give me a break, will you?
I'm going to my little flirty thing. I just can't help
You're going to make me vomit.
That would be good.
Yeah.
That would be different.
Rhonda has on more makeup than the Crypt Keeper. How old are you now, honey? She's got to be pushing 40.
Old enough to be ready for you.
All right, get in the thing, and I'll do something to you.
Don't worry, Rhonda. This isn't going to hurt your new image. I'm just sure of it.
What's your story? You used to be an executive at NBC?
Yeah, I was.
And what is it? You're trying to make a career in show business?
Yeah, I'm desperately. What do you think? Is it working?
I think your show's pathetic. I think I really do.
Have you seen it?
No.
Oh.
I just hear it on the phone.
Is it hearsay or?
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's a great show, but I just can't imagine a show with Rhonda being any good.
Rhonda is a wonderful contributor. Rhonda, what are they doing to you over there? She's being surrounded at some throne. What is going on?
It's a
What is she? Is she doing her show? She's doing her show.
Yes, she's doing the show.
This is a nightmare.
Hi, Robin.
Good morning.
So you're up. So this is who's up for a Cable Ace Award.
You got it.
Yeah, and you know what? I hope you win. I really do hope you win because you know what? I'm embarrassed to be in the same category with you guys.
What do you call what? Larry King, Bill Maher, Jonathan Ross?
Yeah, it's really Jonathan Ross. I don't even know who that is.
Well, we can't locate him.
Well, I got to tell you something. I'm very honored that I've spent my entire career entertaining millions of people, and I'm in a category with people I don't even know or I've ever heard of. And you know what? And they will win because people in my industry resent me.
Yeah. Hey, Howard, who'd you have to interview to win that nomination? Who was the nominee? Do you remember?
Let's see. We submitted.
You don't remember what show it was?
I don't know. The E people did.
You know what got us in?
What?
Al Roker.
Oh,
Need I say more?
You interviewed Al Roker?
You got it. Slam dunk nomination.
And that's why you got the nomination.
Got it.
They must be hard up if they nominated me. And they had to find an interview with Al Roker.
No one else. But, you know,
Al Roker might be the worst interview on the planet.
Howard, he did a little heavy lifting while he was there. I think that's what put us over the top.
You're kind of cute. You're not bad. And I bet, you're not a bad person. It's just...
legs, Howard. She's
Shut
got
up.
the most incredible legs.
Shut up, you filthy garbage.
He's already glanced out.
Jesus.
What did you call my friend?
Filthy garbage.
I know. I love when he talks to me that way. Thank you, Howard.
I'll take anything.
You know what, Howard? You're kind of cute, too.
Hey, do you have it locked up in the...
He's really cute, Robin. You know?
He's cute.
It's not bad.
Gary, you have it locked up in this laughing stock yet?
Well, as good as possible.
Locked up.
Unlocked.
All right, let me go over there.
Oh, my.
I'm going to torture her.
on his face.
This doesn't
This is very
kind of bondage.
You know what?
Let the annoying girls talk while I get over there.
There's a lot of men who are attracted to my feet, Howard.
Oh, my gosh. You know, I've gotten those letters, too, where you get this really
Robin,
nice
try
letter.
to shut them up while I walk over to the laughing stock.
I think they feel they need to fill every available minute of airtime.
And you know what's funny? The producer is like real pouty and stuff, and like
Who's the producer?
She's a producer, and she's like trying to act like she's got a serious job, and she's producing Rhonda Shear. And she's actually like, oh, this is terrible.
That's not true.
Yeah,
That's not true.
You seem like really uptight.
I'm not uptight at all. I'm
Really?
just making sure everything's
That's Lori Dolney. She's formidable.
All right. I'm going to go over there and torture
I don't know
Rhonda.
how you'll get there through all those people.
It's okay.
Boy, Rhonda.
Well, Sissy, I know it's a little different in life.
Now you can hear a bit of the Queen's show. Boy, Rhonda, I don't know how you're going to manage this.
A little different than that. Little different.
Boy, Rhonda, I don't think this will spoil your new image.
Life Queens, remember, 8th nominated show.
Little different from
First time.
I think Rhonda's going to want more money at the end of this hour.
All right, Robin, I got a microphone now.
Thank goodness.
Billy. What?
What is the purpose of the laughing?
All right, now you're tied up, right?
I'm very tied up.
Are her hands tied up? I can't see a thing.
It smells good.
All right, now I'm going to discipline you.
Oh, my goodness.
Billy, hold this. Can someone help me and hold this microphone to my face?
So when did you get into this dominatrix thing?
All right. Yeah. You know you're an annoying bitch? You know that?
Yes.
You know you're an annoying bitch? Are you? Are you going to stop being an annoying bitch?
Never.
Are you an annoying bitch?
Never.
Are you?
Yes, and I love it.
Oh,
she's not even ticklish.
No. Hey, Ralph, help me. Ow, she's ripped my hair out of my head. Ow.
Good move, Rhonda. Good move. What about her feet? Are her feet ticklish?
Ow!
What is she doing?
She's ripping my hair out of my head.
My teeth. I've got
Stupid bitch. You stupid filth. You filth. You are filth.
Howard, you're letting her beat you up while she's tied up?
She's tied up and she ripped all the hair out of my head. It's like she ripped it out.
What kind of a mess are you?
She ripped my hair out of my head.
Is she a pro?
You are a disgusting slut.
You know what? If you were really into kinky stuff, you would like that.
Oh, please. Oh, God, you just ripped the hair out of my friggin' head.
See, this is a dangerous job you've got.
All right, you know what? I'm really sickened of all of you.
She had like a wad of your hair in her teeth.
It's still pulling out of my head.
Rhonda, you animal.
Sell this hair for a lot of money.
Disgusting.
No, thank you very much. I love when you talk that way.
Oh, I'm just sick of your whole show. I just want you all out of here. I want everyone out.
Well, this will be nominated next year.
I would just clunk her over the head with a microphone.
Hey, Howard.
I know you would.
We brought you a birthday cake, by the way.
All right, you know what? I just want you guys to leave. I really want you out.
Hey, Howard.
Well, I'm going to clunk you over the head with your own shoe.
Don't hurt her, please.
Nice.
Oh, please. Oh, come on.
Hey, Howard.
She wasn't even ticklish.
Wait. Go for the whole thing. It's a wig. Take it off.
Is it really?
Pull it off.
Really?
Howard, go.
Oh, whoa.
Hurt me. Hurt me. Go on. Go. No, go on.
I'm not like you. I wouldn't hurt you.
Is it a wig?
How do you pull that off? All I know is, man, she
What's going on in there?
Oh, there you go. She's real good looking, man, but I can't stand her. I can't stand you.
It's a love-hate relationship.
All right, very good. Rob, you tickle
Get her out of that laughing stock.
Howard, because my feet are cold because we were standing downstairs waiting to be with you. Now, Howard, are you really nervous about the Ace Award?
What are you doing now?
Okay, I've laughed. I've given in. I've surrendered. All right, I've surrendered, and you know Susie's going to win.
All right, good. All right, let me take a break. Let me just get at what?
May the best talk show series.
Yeah, believe me. You know what? You guys will win. I hope you win because you know what? I don't want any stinking Cable Ace Award. All right.
Are you guys going to the ceremony?
I want to prove a mock. Are you going to go to the ceremony?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I'm going to.
Oh, just shut up.
How are you going to keep Rhonda quiet during the ceremony?
You're not going to go?
No.
What if you win? Should I accept on your behalf?
No, I got someone who will accept on my behalf. But you want to know something? I don't want to win. I don't want to win. I don't want to be in an industry. Here, give me that. Thank you. Right.
What did you just do?
I want my viewers.
I just hung an "I'm stupid" sign on Rhonda for TV. So everyone can know.
Can't let my viewers see that.
Yeah, right. So anyway, the point is...
Did I mention television for women, by the way?
No, the point is that I don't want to be in an industry...
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, you look perfect. Now without your wig on, you look about 45.
Let me see. I haven't seen that.
Howard, then I'm ready for you.
How old are you?
How old are you?
I'm 41. I'm not as old as you.
Oh, my God, you're so much older than me.
Yeah, why don't you tell everyone how you babysat David Brenner?
Come here. David Brenner has a great nose.
Really?
And good noses are very sexy.
Yeah, I can imagine who you slept with. All right, anyway, so the point is that I don't want to be in an industry where you guys win, where I'm in the same award category with you guys. No offense. I just, I don't get it.
We don't think we do the same thing.
And you know what? I hope you win because that will only prove the mockery that is the Cable Ace Awards. Thank you.
We'll take it, mockery and all.
All right, so good. I hope you win.
Hey, Robin, will you come on live from Queens?
No.
Okay, just want to double check.
Yeah, this is as close as you're ever going to get to being on here. All right, thank you.
It was great. Can I stay here all day long?
No, you got to share,
but we'll take the chair out in the hall.
Yeah, no. I can't believe you bit my head.
It was fabulous.
All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back right after these words.
Thanks, Harry.
We'll be right back with the nominee for the Talk Show Series Cable Ace Award, Howard Stern. You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. Once again, Howard Stern.
Those two women, I mean, I know that's a TV show, but it just sounded to me like this. Hey, where's that one woman?
Sissy?
Sissy. Don't bring Rhonda back in. She bit all my hair off. She bit a hole in my head. Here I am torturing her, and she tortured me.
Yeah, it was a backfire that time.
Hey, Sissy, someone just told me that you're the woman. Wait, here, put your headphones on. Right, I got some stuff
No,
on you.
Howard, I just saw all these really nice things about you backstage. Are you going to sandbag me now?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Somebody just told me that, you know that book, The Late Wars?
Yeah, The Late Shift.
That you're the woman that David Letterman made cry?
Yeah, I'm the one that cried through the entire book. The emotional moment in the book, yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, absolutely.
How did Letterman make you cry?
What happened was, it was his 10th anniversary party and a big show, as you know, at Radio City. And Jack Rollins, who was his manager and executive producer, 2 weeks before the party, called me into his office and said, "Hey, sis, you and your husband, we can't wait to see you at the big party afterwards. I'm giving this lovely dinner with Dave."
Right.
Blah, 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 blah. So I was, great. Got an invitation delivered to my office afterwards, prior to the event. And the day or two beforehand, Jack called me back to his office and kind of looked at the floor and said, "Sissy, I don't really know how to tell you this, but Dave's asked that you don't come to the party."
Why?
He didn't feel it was appropriate for NBC to be represented at his 10th anniversary, and at this.
Well, I don't even understand.
This was at the beginning, though, Howard, of the break, and
right.
I guess this was sort of how he wanted to express it. And in addition to myself, Rick Ludwin, who was my boss at the time, was not included.
Right.
And, it was really hurtful to me because for 10 years I sat in his control booth every night. So
doing what, though?
Hanging out.
No,
learning,
what were you
watching.
doing? What were you doing?
I was the executive in charge, so I was involved interfacing with the sales department, with the censors, carrying the responsibility.
Well, I could see why Dave wouldn't have Sissy on, though, because he was moving to CBS.
Well, no, but this is beforehand.
Yeah, I mean, he wouldn't have her at the party because...
No, this is way before it was announced. This was a year before he wasn't
really?
allowed to be...
So maybe he thought of you as like a suit.
I was always sort of looked at as a suit. He couldn't really see beyond my role at NBC/GE, which was always his view of the world, which... I respect his view of the world.
So you started crying and stuff?
I cried for like days. It was difficult
because you didn't get dinner?
Yeah, she didn't feel appreciated.
Well, no, I was very...
Can you cry now?
Not on cue.
All right.
Do something hurtful, Howard. No, but...
I won't invite you to my party.
But you know what? It is fun, though, still to be included in that story, no matter how.
Yeah, all right. Okay, I just wanted to know.
Well, gee, thanks for setting the record straight.
What do you have, an A cup or a B?
When the Wonder Bra, I'm not quite sure what it is, Howard.
It looks like a B, maybe an A.
God, he's good. He's got an eye for that, doesn't he?
Yes, I do. Hey, anyway, thank you, Sissy.
Thank you, Howard.
Sissy is urine, That's
I learned that when I got into show business.
Right, you're very cute. Go ahead. There you go. You're not as annoying as Rhonda.
Few are.
Yeah. Few are as annoying as her. How could she be on your show?
Because she's our West Coast correspondent.
Really?
Television for women. We cover the waterfront.
Really?
Now
I just threw her out.
Now that I haven't seen Rhonda in 5 minutes, I hate her again.
Yeah.
You got to be looking at her, huh?
Boy, that Sissy talks so fast, I don't even know what she said.
Oof, man.
That must be some hyper show. That show must be hyper.
Put it back in slow motion.
Like a crack dead.
Yeah.
Crack dead.
Everybody all hopped up.
That's the beauty of it, Howard. I'll do everything you hear. That's the beauty of it.
Hens.
I dress really well with women.
That's what they should call the show, not Queen's Live Hens.
So that's who I'm up against at the Cable Ace Awards. Okay? So you tell me. You tell me why I should go. That's insulting.
So she decided she'd show David Letterman. Now she's in front of the camera.
Yeah. On a show called Queen with Rhonda Shear. I guess Dave's still laughing. And then David, I don't even know what she was talking about.
It wasn't that big a deal. It didn't.
I thought it was going to be a cool story, like why she cried, but
like David yelled at her.
Yeah,
or something.
It was like, well, he didn't invite her to a party because she.
But even it was all third hand. She never actually talked to Dave.
No, she sat in a control room. He didn't know who anybody was.
I guess that's his view of the world, and I have to respect his view of the world.
Well, I'll do anything.
I'll come over and I'll be topless for you.
And then she was in here during the commercials, Rhonda going, I said, hey, Rhonda, how'd you get that job?
I test really well with women. Women really like me. I test really well with women. I wear a different wig every day.
Yeah, did you hear that? I said, what?
Whole week I'm wearing wigs.
Yeah, well, what kind of show is that? That's what's up, you know. I put so much thought into what I do. At least I tried
apparently you shouldn't.
Yeah. Why am I wasting my time?
I wear a different wig every day.
What an insult that is a nominated. That show is nominated for. See, that's why nobody respects the Cable Ace Awards. That's why no one will air it except for Ted Turner's station.
Yeah. She said she was on radio.
What?
For a couple hours. She tested on radio. Why would you ever listen to that if you couldn't look at that?
No, she goes, I was on WOR for 8 hours.
But it's like desperate looking for worth. She was going, men really love my feet, you know. Men.
Yeah, well.
My shoes and my feet.
Yeah,
my shoes and my feet.
And my wigs.
My wigs.
My hat, my coat. Tomorrow I'm going to wear different shoes. Every day I wear different shoes and different wigs.
On my head.
On my head. Shoes on my head.
Short wigs, long wigs. Red wigs.
Big giant lipstick. Here's a picture of Rhonda doing the show. Is my lipstick overdone? Big giant lips covered with lipstick.
Like a landing strip.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
It was like she drank a can of red paint.
Yeah.
Up all night. And Howard, I'll get
and then as soon as we went into commercial, well, Howard.
Yeah, you should have heard her in the commercial. She was like, well, yeah, we're doing okay. And
I test really good with men, and then women like me, and I did this 8-hour thing on WOR.
Yeah, like a normal I said, I would talk to that person.
How about those Knicks?
Yeah. Should I contact Elvis?
Yes. It's his 60th birthday.
I don't know. I'm pretty worn out, but I think I could do it.
After she bit the hair out of your head?
Wow, that really hurt. I mean, she bit. You'll see it on the TV show. She bit a clump of my hair out.
Oh. Huge. And she had it in her teeth?
Yeah, and it hurt.
She looked vicious. You should have seen. She had it. It was in her teeth. She was like yanking.
Ew.
I should have punched her. I had every right to.
No.
But she
was
started.
tied up.
What?
It wasn't a couple of hairs. It was a
ball of hair.
Huge chunk of hair. She couldn't even get it out of her teeth.
I know. Oh. I'm going to vomit. Fred's saying I got to take a break first and then do Elvis. Oh.
Can you find it?
My head hurts.
Well,
all I know is
doubt it.
I tie up a girl, I have her there to torture, and she ends up ripping my hair out. I can't even torture a girl.
Somehow, you don't intimidate anyone.
That's kind of funny.
Even when they're tied up in a huge laughing stock.
I know. Ralph, can you get out of here, please? Yeah. He's cleaning the floor now.
He's looking for your hair.
Yeah. My head is on fire. It's bleeding. I've been injured.
Sue her.
I'm going to sue her. I know a couple of judges. I'll take that case. They'll actually hear it. Yeah.
Well, you got 2 celebrities there.
Yeah, right. Any celebrity case. Oh man. Let's see. I saw Lorne Michaels as that guy Lorne Michaels. Anytime somebody does a sketch on Saturday Night Live, he makes it into a movie. It's pathetic.
What's he making into a movie now?
Well, they had. I read in the paper today that, when those guys come on and go, the Bears. The Bears.
I don't even know that one.
The Bears from last year, with that guy Norm from Cheers, used to go, the Bears. They were super fans of the Chicago Bears.
Oh, okay, yes.
The Bears.
Yeah.
They're going to make the Bears the movie. The Bears, the movie. And then Stuart Smalley is in production. The Stuart Smalley character, the one who is the self-help guy, with Al Franken.
See, I don't watch it
That's
anymore.
already being shot. And then,
How badly do these movies have to do before they stop?
Well, the Pat movie evidently was made, and what I read was it was shown in one town and they shelved it.
Yeah.
Where was it? Like in Seattle or something? Why Seattle? She from there or something?
Yeah.
And then Mike Myers' character, the one that talks about Barbra Streisand.
Right, the woman.
Linda Richmond.
For
Klimt. They're making that into a movie. He's developing a script now. Oh. What's next? Bye-bye, the movie? Have you seen that sketch they do? Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. You know how airline people are always, when you're leaving, they always go, bye-bye. You're going to make that into a movie.
I don't know why you can't get a script out of Private Parts. A lot of fun stuff in there.
I know. I'm too particular. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. G.E. Smith, the movie. The band leader's going to have a film.
Right.
Yeah. Lorne Michaels desperately trying to milk out every penny out of that franchise before somebody actually goes up against it and whips their ass.
The Coneheads was horrible.
Oh. Dan Aykroyd, what happened to you, man? What happened, pal? Talk to me about it.
Unwatchable.
Unwatchable. Michael McKee in the early years. You know, each character will get a bye-bye, the movie. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Try to do
The
something
Bears.
with the Church Lady already? Or?
Yeah, Church Lady is, I think, going to be a 3-part sequel, like
it's a trilogy.
A trilogy, like Star Wars. That's why you haven't seen it yet. Church Lady, the trilogy. Let me take a break and contact Elvis. Everybody wants that, and I will do it. And then, that's right. Right after these words.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. Stay right there. 97.1 The Eagle.
8:58 at the Eagle. This is Brad Baxter. It's 9:04 at 97.1 The Eagle.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. Once again, Howard Stern.
I heard you banging it. It's going to sound British. All right, you want me to contact Elvis, or have we run out of time?
You had to let those girls in here.
Well, you got to admit.
Magic 8 Ball said you wouldn't do this today.
You know, it really did. Well, what do you think? If we started the news now, we would be out of here on time.
Yes.
If I do Elvis, we'll be late as usual.
We'll be starting the news at 10.
And you know it's Wednesday, and we gotta get.
It's
hump day.
Today is the first Wednesday of the rest of your life.
That's right. Does he actually say that?
No.
Wednesday was named after Woden, the Norse god.
Did he say that?
No.
All right.
They've run out of things to say about Wednesday and
All
Tuesday. We made it through a lot of the show so far. Here we are.
Pete Fornatella is joining us, as you can see, Robin. Pete, what do you think? If I do Elvis here, will that wreck Wednesday?
No, we call it Hump Day now. We already said it was Wednesday.
Right. So
Hump Day, and I'm a hump.
Oh, stop that.
Bring back those babes. Those glorious, wonderful, special, bare-headed women from Lifetime.
All right.
And that's video.
Okay, so you want me to contact Elvis? You make the decision, Robin. You seem to know best.
I don't know. How long does Elvis want to speak?
Oh, Elvis, about 30 pages. I mean, about 10, 15 minutes.
Well, if he would confine himself to that time, it wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, but Elvis also ad-libs a whole hell of a lot.
Hell of a lot.
You know what I mean?
And I could see him going until about 10 o'clock.
Can Elvis actually do the news while he's talking to you?
I don't know if we've ever had him sit in on the news.
I don't think it's possible. You know what happens? I go into a trance and I become Elvis Presley, and I don't know how long I can hold it, so to do the news would be impossible.
Right, because Elvis would probably be drifting in and out and not know what's going on
right
with current affairs and probably not even care.
All right, you want me to do Elvis?
Yes.
All right.
We haven't done Elvis in a long, long time.
By the way, there's no guarantee that I'll contact Elvis. Let's try it and see what happens.
You got the voice?
Let me take a glass of water, though, in case Elvis enters my body.
All right. Elvis is thirsty. You don't want Elvis to come into a thirsty body.
Elvis is thirsty and hungry. All right. Hold on. Elvis. Elvis.
Everybody be quiet.
A little louder on the music there, Fred.
Yeah. Because, well, he can't concentrate. Don't laugh.
Let me put on my glasses, my sunglasses. I think I can do.
Dark glasses?
Yeah.
Light too bright in here?
Where's my TCB sunglasses? I tell you, the comedy don't stop coming on this show. I'm like a big dancing monkey. I just gave you a little wild girl stuff. Now I give you Elvis. It's a great way to make a living. Does
that feel better?
Yeah.
case this ends up on TV. Elvis, please, come in. Enter my body. Elvis.
Something's happening.
Yeah, bad acting.
You know what? I'm beginning to feel like Carson and McMahon.
Well, hello. Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, I think the king is with us.
There's the king, Elvis Presley. Oops. Who farted? I smelled it.
Oh.
Hunger, burning fart.
You'd think after you passed over,
Boy,
you wouldn't have to pass gas.
I am so hungry. I need more.
More what?
More carrots. More chuckles. More pig knuckles, truffles, and chili, and Cheerios, and vanilla wafer.
Vanilla wafers, too, with all that.
I love bacon and eggs, and sausage and grits, and gravy and pretzels.
How long have you been dead now?
I've been dead a long time.
And you're still thinking about food?
Yes, yes.
Amazing.
Yes, Mrs. Quiver.
It's amazing that you continue to be hungry.
I love lasagna, matzo balls.
Do you eat in heaven?
Yes.
Oh, you do have food up there?
Yeah, very little food. I love sushi and sauerkraut and Big Mac and beef Wellington and anything.
Anything? You don't
Right.
eat anything.
I love shish kebab and fried onion, and I love hot dogs. I love broccoli with cheddar cheese and cantaloupes and Caesar salad. I eat in heaven. And I'm in heaven when I eat.
You must have run into Caesar up there.
No, just George Washington.
George Washington you've run into?
I was playing golf, and I hit him in one of his wooden teeth. My heart shot broke one of them wooden teeth. You know what I love the most, though?
What?
I love blackened catfish and butterscotch pudding.
Wow, I didn't even know they were making blackened food when you died.
Hello?
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 Yes,
Can you hear me all right?
I hear you fine.
Hello.
It is your 60th birthday.
Thank you.
We're celebrating down here on Earth. How do you feel?
I feel dead. You know, I love being dead.
Yeah?
I love just lying there because I'm a big, fat, lazy bastard. In fact, somebody else blow out my birthday candles and then let me suck the cake out of those candles.
Did you happen to cruise by your old house, Graceland, while the celebration was going on and see the people who came to celebrate with you?
Yeah, there was a scary bunch, Mr. Quiver. Hey,
That's why you stayed locked up, I'll bet.
Is it true you wrote a book?
Yes, I did.
I wish my dumb hillbilly ass could read it. I bet that book had one piece of literary literature.
Well, I tried to write something people would want to read, Elvis.
I bet you that book would be more out of control than my bowels. I hear you talk about with you masturbate in that book. Is that right?
Well, it's not the way you think.
Yeah, I don't know how many other ways there is to do it. You're scarier than my mama.
Elvis, did you get
Let me ask you
reacquainted
something.
with your mama? What?
Let me ask you something. I don't know how much time.
Who's interviewing who here?
Let me ask you.
What?
You ever fantasize about the king when you're laying in the bed?
Actually, Elvis, I have to admit to you that you were my first fantasy.
Well, thank you very much.
You were. Absolutely.
I'd chain your fine ass to the refrigerator. And then I would rape the refrigerator. Boobs, schmoobs, I'm hungry.
Move out of the way.
That's right. Besides, I'm not into that weird buttock sex that you're into.
Well, we would compromise on that issue, I'm sure.
You got any soul food? I love that. Hey, where's Howard?
Howard? You're in Howard. You're in his body.
Well, you tell Howard I love his show, but I hate Ralph.
You too?
I'm a lazy fat bastard, but I'm not too lazy to hate Ralph. Dead or alive, it's easy to hate Ralph.
You got enough energy for that.
Ralph make Hamburger James look like he got a career. I can't believe it.
Elvis, they do say you ripped off the black man. What do you say to that?
I say that's true. He can't get me up here. No black people in heaven. That's why they call it heaven. Right?
Is that right?
It's true. Unbelievable.
So we can just give up on all that praise to God?
Oh, yeah. It's safe up here. Hey, one reason I'm sorry I'm dead, I won't be able to see Mr. Howard Stern kick butt on late-night television. That Warren Littlefield, he am a genius.
Wait a minute. What are you saying, Elvis? You know something?
Well, I read in the paper that they were talking.
Oh.
But I don't believe it's true. You know Warren Littlefield?
Late night.
You know Warren Littlefield?
I've never met him, no.
You know, I met him years ago. It was his idea for me to wiggle my pelvis and curl my lip.
Well, Howard does say he's a genius.
Yeah.
So, you know, since the last time I talked to you, your daughter married Michael Jackson.
I don't believe that now. What are you talking about?
Little Lisa Marie, that little girl.
My daughter?
Your daughter.
Little pretty Lisa Ballou that I left behind?
That's right.
My daughter, I hate that Michael Jackson.
The girl you had with Priscilla, yes.
What does she think? He's a manly man?
I don't know, but they got married.
She probably also thinks that X-Lax I'm a Muslim. She just like her mama.
What does that mean?
Priscilla Beaulieu. Stupid and horny for a black man. Damn Negro karate instructor. Man, I hope now that Priscilla is old, her looks are gone.
No, she's still quite lovely.
I can't stand it.
Doing one of those hair infomercials on TV.
Well, she might be good looking, but she's still dumb as a baseball bat. I convinced her pappy to move in at 14 years of age.
That's true, and you were no rocket scientist.
I was not the brightest man. You know, I would have been 60 years old had I lived.
Do you think you would have liked being an old man, Elvis?
I don't know. I'll tell you, though, I do miss the sun, and I miss the ocean, and I miss cheese and potatoes, and bacon and pork chops, and sugar snap peas and carrots.
Never get away from food for long.
You know what I miss most?
What?
Shrimp and lobster sauce. I can't believe it.
You know what? I heard somebody say the other day that it was your mother.
I love it.
You know, when she died, it was the end of your career.
You know, I love my mama so much.
Yeah.
That's why I think I like the Oprah show.
Why?
Because she reminds me of my mama. Big, fat, and smelly, and hairy. I bet she'd douche with a water cooler. My mama wasn't pretty, though.
No.
Did you know that she was so ugly that she would make the blind children cry? She was very ugly, my mother. Why, she would look up a camel's ass and scare the hump off its back. But she did have a nice figure. She was 36, 24, 36, and her other arm was big, too. My mama was the best mama. But we was poor. And she always fed me cheese. The cheese she scraped from the folds of her skin underneath her big, sweaty, floppy nays. She wasn't the cleanest woman.
But she was good for food.
Yeah. She would take off her panties, I remember, and they sound like Velcro.
Oh. I thought you were going somewhere else.
No, I was going right there. And her eyes, they were set deep into her forehead.
Right, yes, I remember that.
Her eyes were set deeper than Edgar Rosenberg's grave. And then I got my fatness from her. You know, I had a weight problem my entire life.
Yes.
And I knew that she was a bitch.
What?
Because she made me fat. I was such a porky bastard. I loved my food. I used to pop pizzas in my mouth like Tic Tacs.
You know, you'd wonder about that because Elvis had such beautiful women around him all the time. You'd think he'd care about his looks.
They only wanted me for my money.
Oh.
I came from idiots. My family shared a brontosaurus brain. I could never get over it. I could never go to the beach and lie in the sand.
Why is that?
Greenpeace kept trying to roll me back into the ocean. They thought I was a free willy.
I'm surprised.
Hey, joke man, how come you never sent me no lobster scissors for Christmas? I cut my mouth biting into those things. I gotta tell you.
I can't believe you haven't said anything about singing us a song. Are you still writing?
I would like to sing you a beautiful song.
You would?
Yes, I would.
You're writing again.
This is how I call, oh yeah. No black people up here to steal from.
What is this called?
By the way, would you ask Howard for a favor?
What's that?
Ask him to send me a few more pictures of that Libby Paki.
Libby Paki you like, huh?
Yeah, tell him I like weird angles.
Oh.
She's one hot broad.
That.
I'd write a song about her, except I have no talent. How am I going to rhyme with Pataki? Me, all I can do is eat and digest and make a duty. Rattle that.
Well, go ahead and sing.
Hey, Missy Quiver.
Yes?
I'll always respectful of you, and I always call you Missy.
Yes, you do.
Missy?
I noticed that.
That's because I can't remember your first name. What is it?
Robin.
Robin. How come I haven't seen Imus up here?
He's not dead.
Well, I saw photos of him. I know he's dead. My God. I look better than him. Looks like he was born dead. Had the face of an alligator. All right, here I go. I would like to sing
Amazing what's on Elvis's mind.
I've been writing songs. I've been busy writing.
Yeah? What'd you write?
I tell you, I'm a lot busier than Howard Stern writing for his movie. There we go. I wrote a song called Happy Birthday.
To you?
That's right.
All right.
Forgive my guitar playing. I was never the greatest guitarist. Happy birthday to me. I would have been 60 years old. I'm the king of rock and roll, though in my diaper is a full load. As a happy birthday, I am dead. I'm lying in a box. I'm so hungry in my grave that I'd even eat chicken pox. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, you tell Howard Stern for me, Robin, to fire Fred Norris.
What have you got against Fred?
I might have written that song. Hey, let me try one of my own tunes that I wrote up here in heaven. By the way, I've been dating up here. I'm still with a woman.
Dating?
Nicole Brown Simpson.
Oh.
Man, she is loose.
Who killed her? Did she tell you?
Oh, hell yeah.
Who was it?
OJ.
Oh.
Who do you think it was? And you know, she only wears pennies to keep her ankles warm.
What are you talking about?
She got pennies wrapped down around her ankles. She was telling me that OJ is so black that when he gets in the car, after he kills her, the oil light goes on. She am my special girlfriend right now.
Well, I'm glad you two are hitting it off.
And do me a favor, whatever you do, don't give the OJ the death penalty. I don't want him coming up here. Well, she got big breasts, too.
Yeah?
But they all sensitive.
Sensitive?
Yes.
Why?
Well, I don't know, with all them damn knife wounds. She's like a couple of Halloween pumpkins. She's better in bed than Marie Antoinette.
You had her?
Oh, absolutely. Off with her head.
She doesn't have a head.
That's what I mean. All right, let me get that's why I have sex with her neck. I can't believe my beautiful little daughter married that Schwarzer.
Elvis. That's
is that bad?
Strange word for you.
Don't Jackie Mason say Schwarzer? I said to June Cronin just the other day, you shoot me.
June Cronin's not dead. Jessica Tandy's dead.
Oh, that was Jessica Tandy? I thought it was June Cronin. Boy, no wonder she ran away from me. Wow. All right, let me
Have you
sing
seen Peter Cook, by the way? He died the other day. That guy who used to be partnered with Dudley Moore.
Is that filthy Schwarzer?
No, he's British. Elvis.
Well, no, I didn't see him. It'll take a few days before you get up here.
Is that right?
I like to sing a song I wrote about OJ.
Okay.
This is to the tune of Hound Dog. You might remember that song that I did so many years ago. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. You ain't nothing but a murderer. Killed your wife and another guy. You ain't nothing but a murderer. You killed your wife and another guy. If the country weren't so stupid, you would surely die. You slice and dice two people. Hey, you caught us by surprise. You sliced and diced two people. Hey, you by surprise. If murder was a sport, you surely would win a prize. You're so freaking unbelievably guilty. Even a dumb hillbilly knows that. You're so freaking unbelievably guilty. Even a dumb hillbilly knows that. I like to kick your ass, but I'm too big and fat. All right, yeah. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow,
Thank you.
for a minute there, Elvis, I almost thought you hadn't lost it.
I had the old magic back there. I got to tell you that. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh, man. Hey, I heard a rumor up here.
What was the rumor?
I heard that big, huge Roseanne dumped that leech she was married to.
Yeah, it's not a rumor. It's true.
And just as quick, she hooked up with a guy who looked just like the other guy.
That's true, too.
Now, that can't be true.
No, it's all true.
Oh, do I love Carol Leifer's chest.
Carol Leifer?
I thought I'd throw that in. Just want to mention her. Give her a little mention.
She's writing for Seinfeld.
Is that right?
Yeah. I didn't know you knew her.
Oh, I know her, yeah. Back in the old days, before I got famous, I tried to date her.
Is that right?
That's right. Yeah.
That's Carol's story.
Well, I'm going to leave you one last song. Let me.
You got one more.
All right.
All right.
All right, here we go. This is to the tune of Blue Suede Shoes. Well, it's 1 for the money, a 2 for the show. One for the money and two for the show. One for the money and two for the show. And thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I forgot the word. I think I got the Alzheimer. All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. All right. What is it?
At least your intelligence is intact.
What is it?
Are you going, Elvis? Elvis?
Robin. Oh my
Howard,
God. What did Elvis say?
Oh, I don't know.
Did he sing?
He sang a couple of songs.
Did he have a message for me?
He did, but I can't remember what they are.
Yeah.
One was Fire Fred. I do remember that one.
Yeah. Did he say Fire Fred? Whew. Gee, my pants feel wet in the back.
Uh-oh.
I guess Elvis was here.
Yeah, that could happen when Elvis is in your body.
How was he? Was he good?
Oh, very good.
Good,
He
good.
was very happy on his 60th birthday.
I'm totally drained from that.
Little upset about Lisa Marie, but
Right.
otherwise very good. Says he's dating Nicole Brown Simpson.
Did he call Michael Jackson a name?
Schwarza.
Really? Schwarza? Where does that come from? Schwarza.
Well, he was stationed in Germany during the war.
That's
so
right.
Maybe that's
That is a Germanic word.
Yeah, that's what prompted that.
Right. He probably picked up that word in Germany during the war. All right, let's take a break and come back and do the news.
All right.
Right after these words.
We'll return to the Howard Stern Show after these messages. It's the Howard Stern Show. Here's Howard.
You really got me now. You really got me so I can... Blah, blah, blah. Right, Mrs. Gingrich?
Girl, you really got me now. Love that.
Hey,
Makes me want to smoke.
The guys on the phone who called the Los Angeles television station.
Oh, yeah?
So you made this call?
Yeah.
What happened when the hurricanes and rain started? Do you do this thing normally, or do you?
No, the first time I did it, every time there's a tragedy that goes on, we always forget to make one of these calls. So we were at lunch yesterday, Buddy and I. So let's get some of the numbers for the local stations and make up a scenario and see if we can get on.
So how hard was it to get past the screener?
None at all. We just said, hey, this is urgent, and I'm on a rescue scene right now, and I gotta get out to this guy that's in the river. We'll put you right into the booth. The next thing I heard is like what, hearing him talk over the TV.
So was this the first station you called, or you just called up?
Actually, second. The first one we called was Channel 9, and we had set up the scenario, and unknown to us, the same scenario was occurring. And I said, well,
you mean you said you were on the scene, and they said we already have someone on the scene?
No, they said that they already covered that scenario. We didn't know someone was riding down the river on a inner tube. We just thought this up.
No.
It really happened.
It really is happening. Said, well, thanks, Captain. Just keep us informed and call us back.
Captain.
So, in other words, they would have taken you, but they had already done the story.
I was in the booth. I was in the booth there, too.
Ah.
Yeah.
Someone should just call in saying King Kong is loose and see if they put it through.
We've already done that.
Oh.
Everybody just puts everyone through.
Yes. It was quite easy.
That's not good.
No,
even with all these crank calls out there, they're still doing it.
All right, let me hear what you did.
Okay, here you go.
It's how amazing how that building managed to withstand all this water pressure. It looks like it's about to come down. It's already halfway down. And the biggest fear is that if this building does come down, where you can see the bridge right there, it will block the bridge and the flow under the bridge, and that will cause even more flooding, open the bridge, and it could wash out the bridge altogether itself.
Now, Mark, I understand we have Captain Frank Rizzo from Ventura County Rescue on the phone. I was interested in, do you hear us now, Captain?
Yes, just barely.
Okay, Captain, we have a question for you. I know you've been very active in rescuing people caught up there in the river.
It's quite tense.
Yeah, how many rescues have you effected thus far?
Well, our own three so far, and we understand there might be another inner tube coming down. He may be caught further upstream.
Captain, could you explain for us, how do these people get caught in the river?
Well, the low-hanging branches, they have to catch them, and they get hung up. And the last inner tube we just plucked out of the water was as soft as Howard Stern's penis.
Okay, that was obviously a phony call, and those things do happen at times like this. Okay, let's go back to what is happening here.
That's totally farcical. Lest anyone think that was real. You're saying the inner tube was as soft as Howard Stern's penis?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Sorry, Howard, but I had to say it.
Yeah, you know,
That
how do you
was
know?
very nice.
That isn't nice.
Hal Fishman.
Thanks a lot.
Hal Fishman is kind of the dean of L.A. broadcast. He's been on TV for about 40 years. He was really upset.
Yeah, well, he should be.
Yeah.
I'm upset with the whole screening process over
Well,
there.
these things will happen at a time like this.
It's terrible that people do this, isn't it?
It is terrible.
Yes.
It's a tragedy.
Yes.
Homeless people floating by in inner tubes.
How did these people get caught up?
The homeless guy didn't have an inner tube, did he? He just floated by.
was sleeping.
He was asleep floating down the river. And homeless people are so lazy, they don't even think to, like, fish when they're in all this water, you know, maybe support themselves.
No,
we have to do it for them. All right, dude, thank you.
Okay, all right, bye.
All right, bye.
You're my king.
Thank you. I appreciate that sentiment. King of all media, Howard Stern.
You are.
I am. I'm the king of all media. It's that simple. How many years ago did I start calling myself the king of all media?
It hasn't been that long. Maybe 4 years.
Yeah. And all of a sudden, you read it everywhere. That's a good lesson in life. Just name yourself stuff. And
People will eventually fall for it.
right. Boy, everybody came in, and Elvis must have been good because everyone came in running in saying how good Elvis was.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of positive comments.
Wish I heard it.
You'll have to listen back.
Tom Chiusano came running in. He was sucking up all over the place. Colonel Tom. Colonel Tom was here. Colonel Tom. Colonel Tom Chiusano. Anyway, Robin, what's in the news?
Well, Howard, do you think that Camilla Parker Bowles will one day be the Queen of England?
No.
It was announced yesterday that she's separating from her husband. Charles, the Prince of Wales, said earlier this year in an authorized biography that he had 3 separate affairs with the woman.
Wow. I saw her face.
2 of them while she was married.
Did you see her face?
I've seen her face.
Oh, my God. She should be the king, not the queen. She's a Rottweiler. She's the ugly. You know, it's the funniest thing. You watch and, like...
You wonder, why is he cheating with her?
You know, I even heard one guy say, he must be gay. The prince must be gay. And I go, well, why you say that? He goes, because... He goes, she's a beard. He goes, he's got a beautiful wife. And he could have any... And screw with Diana. He could have anybody else.
Yeah.
And this is who he's with?
He
Camilla?
has to keep running back to her.
Put the crown over her face if he marries. So this guy's theory was he must be gay.
Or just incredibly sexual.
Yeah, right. Like, it doesn't matter what you look like. I mean, it's just wild. Aren't there any good-looking women in England? Even Lady Di isn't all that good-looking. She's got a belly and a... I don't know. I mean, she's okay, but nothing great.
She's like a regular old wife.
Yeah. If I was the prince, I could get
This
anybody.
guy had his pick of any woman in the world.
Yeah.
I must have you.
And he
Camilla
told this
Bowles.
woman, this was the woman he
Camilla Bowles.
He said he wanted to come back as her tampon. That's
Yeah.
how much he loves her.
Yeah, well, I've seen her. I don't want to be her tampon. Camilla Bowles.
You don't share that sentiment.
No, I don't. What a weird romantic thing to say to a woman, I want to be your tampon.
Yeah. Jackie said that.
Jackie Puppet said that.
I want to be your tampon.
Yeah, as far away from her face as possible. Yeah. But I don't know, man. That's weird, you know. Like, what's
it is
his...
questionable.
Yeah, but once in a while you see guys who are into ugly women. Happens.
I guess everybody has to have something they're into.
I like to see the list of women he rejected as, you know, being...
As he was getting to her?
Yeah.
Nicole the weightlifter.
Nicole the weightlifter. Hello, Prince.
Well, even Diana was stumped. How could he prefer her over me?
Even his brother married that Fergie who's really ugly.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
And loved her.
Yeah, big red-headed bubblehead.
Cuckoo bird.
Cuckoo bird. Cuckoo bird. Lady Di's a cuckoo bird, and the redhead is a cuckoo bird.
Oh, look, let's be honest. They're all cuckoo
I
birds.
guess.
They're all related.
Yeah.
I think Prince Charles is having a bad string of luck.
How could you have bad luck? You're the prince.
I don't know. What else is in the news? Besides Camilla Bowles.
Well, Camilla also made a name for herself yesterday on the worst dress list.
Yeah.
she came in number 1 as Mr. Blackwell unveiled his 10 worst-dressed women's list again for the year of 1994.
You know, that Mr. Blackwell really has a nerve. We had him on the show, and I mean, this wasn't that long ago, and he's still wearing leisure suits.
Yeah, he is not the greatest dresser.
Him and his traveling companion were wearing leisure suits, matching leisure suits with big gold, gaudy necklaces.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy looked like he stepped out of the planet Bizarro.
He looked like Dr. Smith. You'd expect him to be wearing that outfit.
chasing young Will around. Mr. Blackwell, the man from Mars.
He's a man from Mars on Earth.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear, is right.
Demi Moore was second.
How could she be bad? She's
he
so
doesn't
hot.
like the way she dresses.
Yeah, that's because she wears sexy T-shirts with no panties and runs around in movies like that. A dope. You know what it is? He just doesn't know it's sexy. He just doesn't. How would he know?
What are you trying to say?
Well, you know what I'm saying. I think he openly admits.
It's foreign language.
Doesn't he?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know either. I don't know what he admits to, but I don't know. He just seems very feminine to me. I'm not saying that he, you know, I don't know what his story is. But he's like, you know, the Blackwell. You know.
Mr. Blackwell.
Mr. Blackwell. And you know what? The 30s was a great year. The 1930 era.
No glamour.
No glamour anymore. I mean, Sharon Stone has glamour, but there's no glamour with today's Hollywood.
He even put Madonna on the list. Doesn't like her, doesn't like Roseanne.
No, Roseanne's an easy target. I mean, you know, how well can you dress when you're that size?
Well, she slimmed down this year.
Yeah, but, you know, there's still some slimming that needs to be done.
Look what I found in the paper today. In Jeannie Williams' column, it says that Jann Wenner, the publisher of Rolling Stone, is separating from his wife Jane of 27 years.
Jane and John.
Jane.
Jane and Jann are no more.
The guy's name is Jan. I know him. His legitimate name is Jan. Everyone calls him Jan.
Yeah.
Since he became a big-time publisher, he's Jan.
I bet he was Jan until he got all that money.
Oh, of course. Jann Wenner. Now he's Jan. Jan and Jane.
So he's separating from his wife. They have 3 children.
How old?
9, 8, and 4. So they waited a long time to start a family.
Doesn't God punish you if you do something like that?
Not to my knowledge.
Really? Then there's no God.
According to Elvis, there are no black people in heaven.
Yeah.
And he didn't tell me anything about him God punishing people for leaving their wives.
Wow.
I should ask him that the next time he's in.
No.
But I thought that was interesting that after 27 years, Jan is bailing.
Jan. Guess he wants to yump on another broad. Right?
Guess he's seen all the models.
Oh, yeah. Hi-oh. Hi-oh is right.
That are out there and available. So Jan has put himself back on the market.
Yeah.
But it'll cost him a lot, don't you think?
Oh, yeah. Well, he's a very wealthy guy, but, you know, so if he's got $50 million, then his wife will get 25 and he'll have 25.
That's still a good take.
Yeah.
He'll be able to attract someone.
It's got to burn him up, though. You know, it's got to be like, you know, she really didn't do anything.
Look, I don't mind putting a roof over my kid's head.
Yeah, right, but what do I got to support her for?
I've got a date.
Yeah, he'll squeak by. Believe me. Oh, Jan. Yeah, Yanni Janssen.
They still don't seem to be able to find anyone to host the Oscars. Hey! You know, Billy Crystal. Come on! Billy Crystal must feel great about this.
F him! I got better jokes than him.
Well, Jackie, why don't you still... they listen. Why don't you show what you were doing?
Hello, you bunch of phonies.
Hey.
Hello, Hollywood. Oops, I forgot my AIDS ribbon. Hey, I circumcised a black guy.
How?
With a jigsaw.
Racist jokes at the Academy Awards.
Racist and funny jokes.
Yeah, right.
What does that mean?
Billy is a bald bastard.
Yeah, Jackie, we get on the Academy Awards and do inside jokes about Billy West.
Yeah. I was talking about Billy Crystal.
Oh.
I'll just sit up here and whistle like a train.
Until you laugh.
Coming in train. Coming through. 2 whores. Go into a bar.
Billy Crystal must feel pretty good because every year now it comes up and they say, is Billy going to do it?
Yeah, no one can find anybody to host those things.
If Billy doesn't do it, we don't know what we'll do.
Yeah, it's so hard.
They say they haven't even asked Whoopi Goldberg. They don't like what she did.
She was terrible last year.
Yelling Mooley. Laugh at me. Laugh at me.
Jackie, please.
You sick bastard.
Besides all that, she could probably have a scheduling conflict. She's working on a movie.
Well,
busy spade.
What are you going to do, racist jokes at the Academy Awards?
Yes, never been done. Never been done.
You do anti-gay, anti-black jokes?
Sure. Did you hear about the...
Oh, please, I don't want to hear any more.
prostitute that went broke?
No.
Nobody had a yen for her.
Oh. They say Johnny Carson is unlikely to come out of retirement just to host the Oscars.
He doesn't want anyone to see his face and liver-spotted hands.
Oh, look at me. Oh, I'm Johnny. Does anyone recognize me?
Hey, get the Crypt Keeper off the stage.
Oh, that's Johnny trapped inside this old man's body. Real good. I'm aged by all of the marriages and the way I treated the kids.
David Letterman seems to be the one bright hope on the horizon, but they say there's really nothing happening with negotiations on that front.
Well, what's his problem? So do it. What's he got a heart on? What else does he do?
Nothing.
Yeah, so do it. Well,
he doesn't want to.
Hell, I'll do it.
Gary Shandling, they say, would be a good choice because he's done the Grammy Awards, and he'd always do it, I guess. He says he's invited every year.
So
but there's no word on whether he's going to do it this time.
What about Gilbert
Jay
Godfrey?
Leno couldn't be reached to ask him if he was under consideration.
Jay, do you want to do it?
I'd love to get out the Oscar, but some queer's sitting on it.
Evil Jay would do it.
Yeah, I would do it. I'd love to do that. No, I'd have a good time. No, that's good. Yeah.
Jerry Seinfeld was invited to do it in '94, but
he's too busy with his big career.
There's no
Why doesn't he do it?
on whether he was invited this year.
You know what it is? No one wants to do it. I'll do it. I would do it, I think.
Tim Allen says he hasn't gotten a call to do it. You know, the biggest star on TV right now had just had a big movie.
What about Liz Smith has suggested Jim Carrey yesterday. I thought that was a good suggestion.
Jim Carrey says he hasn't been contacted.
Ooh, who will it be? Ooh, big mystery.
A big mystery.
Everybody says, well, Ellen DeGeneres did such a wonderful job on the Emmys. Why not her?
Yeah, get her. Make everyone tune out.
Man pants.
Manly sneakers and pants. Try to look more like a man. Why don't you just grow a mustache? You know? Hi, I look like a man, but I'm a woman.
How do you like my suit?
I like to wear a suit and dress like a man.
My big schlumpy suit?
Yeah, big oversized pants and jacket.
Wear my big red shoes and my red nose.
Yeah, I mean, how big can you make those pants? Those are actual man's pants. Unbelievable. Carries a roll of quarters in her front pocket. Ellen DeGeneres. Vaginefeld.
So, gee, it's going to be a big surprise when we see who walks out on that Oscars.
What about Jim Carrey? He could wriggle around like a human pretzel. Make everybody laugh. Yeah. Who will entertain us and make us, laugh? All of show business elite. Who will make us laugh? Who will be the monkey to make us laugh?
Who will be our jester this year?
Ellen the wrong genitals. Dressing like a man. Put on a dress. Stop looking so sloppy. What's that all about? Her and Paula Poundstone running around in these vague clothing.
Ringmaster jackets.
Yeah.
It's like Pat come to life.
Yeah. Go have a period. Study it. Repeat it the next month. Learn how to be a woman. Ellen DeGenitals.
Well, we have
just like a girl.
No answer to the question here either.
Ellen DeGeneres. That's who they come up with. That's some Hollywood. And I like how you got to stand there and make all those stone faces in Hollywood laugh at that stupid Oscars.
Perform for showbiz royalty, jump clown.
What's the matter? Billy doesn't want to come back, Billy Crystal, and dance around the stage and do that production number thing? Oscar. Oh, isn't he funny? Oh, look, Mike Elvis is applauding.
What a witty Jew.
Yeah. He's the good Jew. He's a good Jew. He's not all, I don't know, grubby and looking for money.
He can't hurt us from here. Funny accent.
Yeah, he at least behaves like one of us, not like the filthy Jews, those Makis out on Long Island. The filthy Makis. Maki. I'm a Maki at the Oscars. Filthy Jews. All those filthy garmentos out of New York City. He's like a Maki. He's a good Jew. He's a well-behaved Jew. He's a Jew that makes us laugh. Like the Jew Milton Berle. With the big schlong.
We like our Jews funny.
Yeah. We like our Jews with big schlongs and funny. Milton Schlong. Milton Schlong Berle. Milton Berle Schlong. Let's take a break, Robin. Obviously, you need to calm down.
Yes, really.
All right.
You're out of your mind.
We'll be back right after these words.
More to come when the Howard Stern Show returns in a moment. 97.1 The Eagle. 97.1 The Eagle.
Ah, yes.
Let's return to the Howard Stern Show.
You know, it's so embarrassing. I try to eat during the commercials.
Yeah.
So I get hungry, you know?
It was a very tiring show.
But, you know, you got the cameras on you and everyone's watching me eat. But I don't care, but... And then I pull my hair back in a ponytail, but as I'm eating and rushing to get the food, and the hair starts falling into my mouth. And so the mouth and the food and the hair, everything's all going at once. And then you realize they're all watching. It's annoying. Take all the cameras out of here. I'm done with it.
The novelty's over.
Just give me an IV. Then I won't need to eat. Eating is disgusting. I hate watching people eat. Reminds me of how much animals we are.
We are animals, yeah.
Going to the bathroom and eating. No different than a damn-ass dog.
And we think we're so much better.
So we're still working on the Academy Awards.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, we're in here yelling about the Academy Awards and saying, you know, like it's so important to find the right host. And it's always got to be a stand-up comic. Like, why can't you just have, like, I don't know, some guy.
We've had actors do it before.
Oh, that monologue is so important. You know, it's like, it's just so important, that monologue. And what's Letterman going to do if let's say Letterman comes, he's going to do a monologue like he does every night on his show. He'll say, ladies and gentlemen,
And then you get evaluated by everyone in the country.
And, of course, they'll think he's perfect. He did a great job. It's his job for life.
Wonderful.
Whoopi Goldberg, they don't ask back. You know what they got to get? Greg Kinnear. That's who they got to get.
Greg
Get him.
Kinnear.
Yeah.
The man of the hour.
Yeah, like since Letterman won't do it, you get like the third runner-up.
Nobody mentions Conan.
You know who would be a good host for the Academy Awards, seriously?
Who?
I'm being dead serious. Arsenio. He's got that vapid sort of Hollywood crap thing going. Let him come out and host it. What is he, dead now? You mean he went off the air, so he's dead?
I guess he's over.
Yeah, I guess he's over.
Had his minute.
I'd like to see Letterman sing and dance like he did on the Mary Tyler Moore variety show. That'd be good.
I don't think he's ever going to do that again.
Why don't they ever show that? I'd like to see that tape. Letterman singing and dancing.
Were there? There weren't that many of those.
It's like 5. Him and Michael Keaton were on that show, and I think they used to sing and dance.
Yeah.
So much for being cool. I like Letterman now. He won't do anything. I won't do this. I won't do that. Meanwhile, he's doing sketches and singing and dancing.
He was barking like a dog and jumping through hoops. He was a stupid pet trick.
Yeah. Well,
That's why he's so angry now, I suppose. Yeah. Ronald Reagan has now announced that his Alzheimer's is getting worse.
Cool. That must be fun.
He's slipping deeper and deeper.
Gee, I hope I get that when I get real old so I can be embarrassed.
He no longer recognizes his friends.
With my friends,
his biographer.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, the guy was writing about his life. He walked
What
in,
must that be like?
So weird.
What are you doing there, young man?
I'm writing.
What are you writing about?
You.
Why? What did I do? What did I do? And why are you biographing me around? How many people have a biographer?
Who are you?
Yeah.
What's that implement in your head?
Yeah, right.
You think that's funny? He once referred to a set of books as trees.
Oh, really?
Where are those trees?
Look at all those trees over there. Where, Mr. President? Why on those shelves?
Hey, I hope I get that. I look forward to forgetting Fred.
Well, according to people whose parents have gone through this, they say, Reagan is actually at the stage where, they're kind of happy. Nothing really bothers.
Yeah, right. It's like being a baby again.
Get me a car for breakfast. Now. Where's my Secret Service? What are you doing, young man, writing on that tree?
Mr. President, I'm your biographer.
I can't believe it.
I wrote a couple of trees once.
Yeah, gets you tired and hungry. I'm hungry. Any make car will do.
Edmund Morris, who is the biographer, says Reagan stopped recognizing him 6 months ago.
Wow. So who does he recognize? Anybody?
Oh, yeah, he, I guess, recognizes members of the family still.
That's kind of selective. How can Alzheimer's, you kind of remember the family, but you don't remember your biography?
It all depends on how closely associated you are.
Oh, yeah? Those are the last ones to go?
And sometimes you'll remember your wife. You just won't know what she looks like.
Oh, yeah?
You won't recognize her as that old woman who's standing next to you.
Right, you start thinking about her as a young woman.
Right.
That don't sound like a half-bad disease. I'm ready for that to kick in. Yeah. I remember my wife when I first married her. That's who I married.
That's right. I mean, you start thinking of
I don't know who I'm living with now.
As your wife.
That's right. That's somebody different.
Because I've had friends whose fathers have done that. You know,
right.
They look at their daughters and call them by their wife's name.
Hi, honey. And I don't mean it in a non-sexual way.
And they talk to their wives about themselves as if they're a third party.
Jackie does that. He's all hopped up with himself.
They say Reagan comports himself with perfect aplomb.
What's a plum? Look how young and beautiful you are.
He goes to work every day.
Work? He goes to work. Who's hiring him?
I put on my applesauce.
I'm in my plum. Dumb as a plum.
I'm dumb as a plum.
Well, I'm dumb as a plum now.
That's right, I mean
it.
So it's kind of, but they're not going to let us see the president like that.
You're gonna keep. They want us to remember him as different.
Right. They're going to keep him hidden. We won't find out really what he's up to at the house.
I think you should see me.
Probably.
You should see me doing these things. I have to go now. I have to comb my toes. Yes, Mommy.
But just suffice it to say, he's not suffering at all.
Long goodbye.
That's a wacky way to go. I think Tarzan went that way, because in the old age home, he was running around, he thought he was Tarzan.
Yeah, he thought he was a young man.
Bela Lugosi thought he was, the vampire. They buried him in his cape and jug.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Tarzan actually ran through the halls. He was like,
doing that stupid yell?
Yeah, he was doing the yell, which he never really did anyway. It was always like 16 voices actually.
Right. It was a mixture of voices.
Yeah, they had their hands full. Boy, I'm surprised they didn't vote for euthanasia back then. Tarzan running through the halls. Me, Tarzan. Johnny Weissmuller.
And I loved him.
Put me to sleep if I start behaving that way.
But you won't know, so you're really having a good time. Isn't that? But that's the nice part.
That is kind of nice. That's kind of your reward when when you're going.
Yeah.
Like you go out like a baby, as innocent as a baby. That's a nice, painless way to go.
There is that period in which you do know something's happening.
But what if Ronald Reagan's supposed to think he's Tarzan?
Me, Tarzan, you, pocketbook. I'm thirsty. Get me a cup of Russia.
He'll be swinging from book to book.
Yeah. Ronald Reagan is Tarzan.
I'm Tarzan.
Huh?
I mean, me, Tarzan. You Robin Quivers.
Well, that's exciting.
It's sad. It really is.
It really is. I hope Jackie goes like that.
America's grandfather's now addled.
Right. No, that shows you about what we have to look forward to, Robin.
At least we won't know.
He should host the Oscars.
He'd be a good host.
He should host the Oscars.
Look at all you show business people. Very lucky.
The nominee for Best Ketchup.
They say in the paper today that Libby Paki has been...
Libby Paki.
lashing out at Hillary Clinton.
Yes, and rightly so.
Hillary Clinton said yes in the papers Monday, I guess it was quoted as she considered herself naive and dumb, and that's why the health care reform measures that she was trying to push through Congress went nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Libby said she's not naive or dumb. What she's doing is playing on our sympathy. She says that Mrs. Clinton is highly knowledgeable about politics, even though she won't admit it, and keeps shooting herself in the foot because she's trying to co-govern with the president.
I shot myself in the foot.
Well, no, Libby is pissed off at Hillary because when Hillary came to town to campaign for Mario Cuomo, Hillary really was hitting deep down and dirty at the old,
below the belt,
at George Pataki.
Well, Libby is very protective of George.
Oh, that I know.
For sure.
Oh, that I know.
The opening argument in the O.J. Simpson case could be coming up any day now. They are going to have a hearing as to how much evidence of domestic violence can be introduced into the trial. That hearing will be today.
Right.
It will explore the most sensational elements of the case, and it's considered so potentially explosive that a jury was ordered sequestered before it even started. So they don't want the jury walking around after they start hearing about O.J. and Nicole's violent marriage.
Right.
Opening statements in this case could start as early as next week.
Opening statements. They're making opening statements for 8 months. By the time they make the opening statement, we'll be bored with the whole thing.
Well, they say it could last well into the summer. 6 months trial.
Thank God. Give us something to do. I don't want the trial to ever end.
It's become a part of our lives.
Right.
Just as long as they keep O.J. locked up, huh? If it comes to an end, he'll probably be free and doing a pay-per-view special for $10 million.
They should let O.J. out to host the Academy Awards. Would that be amazing?
Now, that's a major tune-in.
Yeah. See, that's what people want.
Major tune-in. Remember a couple of months ago I told you that Al Cowlings had put the white Ford Bronco that was involved in the O.J. getaway from the police up for auction and was asking $200,000, at least that's what they thought it might bring in.
Yeah.
And I never found out what happened. Well, it was never sold at auction because, according to the people who were trying to auction it off, Cowlings got a better offer than they were giving him somewhere else. And he refused to sell it to them at that point. So I don't know where the white Bronco is now or who has it.
Let's just hope it's safe. Well, you know, you get a feeling, too, that the lawyers definitely need O.J. making lots of money because they just want to keep getting paid.
Yeah, but that's not O.J.'s Bronco. That's Al Cowlings'
Oh, is it?
Bronco. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's right. That he was in AC's Bronco. AC.
You're buying into that.
I hate that I know that name. AC.
Have you seen the new look Andre Agassi is sporting?
Yeah, I like it.
Well, at least he's admitting now that he's bald up front.
Yeah. He looked stupid before. He was wearing a wig worse than Rhonda Shear's.
It looked like the hair was attached to the hat.
Yeah. So what he did is he shaved his head, and now he looks, listen, he's free.
Doesn't have to worry about that anymore. I think it was
because the guy used to play tennis. I see him. He was constantly with the hat and the wig and and then he'd wear the hat all the time. And everyone would say, well, he's probably bald under there. So then he'd have to come out and play tennis with the wig on.
Or something tied around his head.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on.
So he was constantly concerned about his hair and not able to think about tennis.
Yeah. Now he can concentrate
on...
get
back to his game.
There you go.
So good for him. What is the most stolen car, the most popular stolen car in America today, Howard? Do you know?
I'm going to say
Wish I knew more about cars, but I'm going to say...
You actually owned this one, so...
Not the Corvette.
No.
I don't own the Jeep.
No, I said owned. I didn't say you own it now.
I had a Jaguar once. What is it?
It is the 1984 Cutlass Supreme.
You're kidding. That hunk of junk? The 1984 Cutlass?
Yeah.
I thought it was a Mercury Montego.
No, it's the Cutlass Supreme. Number one again, 3 years in a row.
Actually, that was a pretty good car. But actually, you know what? It's still running.
That one?
Yeah, my parents have that.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
Well, they have a very popular car.
Yeah. Yeah, that car, you know what it is? It's that a lot of people have it. They probably want it for parts.
That's exactly what's probably going on.
They couldn't want it for the smooth ride. I mean, it's a 1984, whatever, 1990. What is it?
A 1984.
A 1984?
Cutlass Supreme.
Jeez. I see. I guess you can't get parts so easily for that, and it becomes valuable.
Have you ever heard of this tape called Breathe Right? Nasal strips?
Breathe Right nasal strips tape?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I heard that. Can't you tell? Look what it did to my nose.
I thought you might be interested.
What do you do?
It was meant to help snorers breathe better during the night and prevent their snoring.
I'm going to get that for my wife.
That's what I was thinking.
Does it really prevent it?
I don't know. All I know is that now they're saying that not only are snorers buying the tape, but pro football players are wearing it during the games, and they say it helps them breathe better.
I wear it on my ass, so I won't fart that much.
They're spring-loaded bandages that pinch the bridge of the nose and pull open nasal passages.
Sounds cool. You don't you tape your wife's nose shut and kill her. They can't get you up on manslaughter, can they?
Hey, I put the Breathe Right tape on so she'd stop snoring.
I just wanted her to stop snoring. I didn't know, officer. We taped up her nose and mouth. Is that what that's for?
Yeah, the results of a test last year show that the strips lead to less snoring, better sleep quality, and freer breathing.
What? She must have choked in her sleep.
Jackie's new network is being launched on Monday night.
Hey, my opportunity.
January 31st.
January what?
31st.
That's when your show will be on, because this new Paramount network is being launched by the premiere of the new Star Trek Voyager.
Jackie!
That's going to premiere with a 2-hour movie on Monday.
The Puerto Rican Star Trek. It's got Mr. Spick. He can point his shoes.
So you can all look for Jackie on January 31st, wherever the Paramount network is being shown.
Channel 9 in New York.
Nice to know that Jackie's getting work. And people who use the Today sponge, I have some bad news for them. Do you know anybody who uses the sponge for contraception?
Jackie Marlowe.
It tastes horrible.
No, I don't know anyone who uses that.
Well, they're taking it off the market today. Sponges are going off the market anyway. The maker of the sponge, who suspended production last year after they got in trouble with federal regulators, say to make the changes the government would like them to make would be too cost ineffective.
Sponge is useless.
Not going to do it. The Food and Drug Administration questioned air and water purity at the plant. So they're not going to make the changes. They're just going to take the sponge off the market.
I had my wife on the sponge for a while. And,
did you?
Well, because I'd have sex with her and then I'd make her do the dishes.
Oh.
And then,
come on.
No, you know what? I wouldn't trust the sponge. I don't understand it. I don't understand a sponge. Like you put like contraceptive.
It already has it in it.
And you put it in your vagina.
Mm-hmm.
And it lays in there, and it's not even. I don't even think it's as safe as a condom, is it? It's not.
No, it's not like a condom. You still would need a condom
if you
were trying to avoid
pregnancy.
Any kind of not pregnancy. If you were trying to avoid some sexually transmitted disease.
Yeah, but let's say you're with your wife, okay? Yeah. You're not worried about sexually transmitted disease. Mm-hmm. Let's say you assume she's been faithful.
Well, it's much more effective, of course, if you use a condom.
Yeah, so why would I use both? I mean, it's just a useless... You know what? It's one of those things you don't trust enough to use on its own, so why would you use it?
But,
well, I always wondered about the people who use foam. I thought that was pretty hysterical.
Foam. I mean, that's useless. How about Coca-Cola? You use it in the ghetto. They use that. You just pour it on there and go for it.
Shake the bottle.
Yeah, they shake the bottle up, right?
Yep. You
Make
hold
your
your
own
thumb over
foam.
the end and you shake the bottle.
The pad. My wife was on the SOS pad. I cut my testicles, and that was the end of it. I complained to her.
You didn't like that one.
I complained voraciously. All right, let's take a break, Robin.
No, that's the end.
Oh, is that the end? Good. All right, I'll take a little break, and we'll come back and say the plugs, and we'll call it a day.
Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh.
Oh, man.
Due in large part to our audience's help, Robin, there are over 1 million Brother P-Touch electronic labeling systems being used today.
I feel very proud of that. To be a part of that is a major...
Major what?
A major step in our careers.
It's true.
It's a milestone. Why don't you just stay a prop?
I just vomit.
I'm working over
I
here.
just pass out and die. Anyway, to celebrate the milestone, Brother is offering a free CD of billion-seller hits from the 80s and 90s to everyone who purchases a P-Touch after November 1st, 1994. Now, all you have to do to get in on this deal is call toll-free 1-800-8-BROTHER, B-R-O-T-H-E-R.
You got to listen to this guitar. This guy's going pretty crazy himself.
Is he? I'm just trying to ignore it. Hey, the guy's like, who's that, Stevie Ray Vaughan or something? Yeah. He ain't going crazy anymore.
He was never going to play any better than this. Sounds like about 5 people are playing.
Brother P-Touch is that great thing, in case you don't know what it is, it really is great. Great for a gift, great for yourself.
It's simplifying it too much to say it's a label maker.
Yeah,
it really makes professional-looking labels.
Yeah, so professional, people think you went insane and actually hired a professional printer just to make your labels for your videotapes, your audio cassettes, your file folders, your floppy disks, your shelves, your jars, whatever it is you label. Brother P-Touch available at Staples, Office Max, Tops Appliance, Macy's Service Merchandise, CompUSA, 6th Avenue Electronics, and other fine dealers. Thank you, brother.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
Amazing.
Oh,
oh, oh, oh, oh. Okay. Big party going on. All Jackie laughs. 1 million Brother P-Touch is sold and 1 million Jackie laughs. All on this show.
There was something else I wanted to tell you, Howard.
Yeah.
2 New Jersey men... Will you stop it? I can't even think with you.
You know what it is? I just finished my whole lunch during that commercial break, and it's like I'm erupting.
2 New Jersey men were trying to find a guy they thought was a sex offender. I suppose he had moved into their neighborhood or something like that. So they went into this Trenton home on Sunday and beat up the wrong man.
Yeah, well, that's the latest thing, going after sex offenders. But you got to make sure you got the right one.
This Megan's Law was passed.
Megan's Law. You
so
think about
that you can find out where these people are. And this is what they always said would happen. If you do this to us, people will find us and start beating us up.
You know what's funny? 6 months ago, before this Megan's Law, mass murderers, everyone, sex offenders.
Back, nobody even knew.
Moving back and forth into your family's life. Nobody knew. Now, you have a couple of reports on the news how the guardian angels are going out and identifying who the rapists are or whatever. Everyone's killing people. It's like all of a sudden it's the pastime. Everybody's in an uproar.
Sport.
Yeah, it'll pass like every other sport.
So this guy and his father, well, at least they kept it in the family.
Yeah.
Kenneth Sr. and Kenneth Jr.
Yeah.
Went out and assaulted this guy, and they're also charged with burglary. I don't know why they had to rob him, too, if they were trying to beat him up because he was a rapist or a sex offender.
Maybe they stole his pants, so he couldn't leave the house.
Turns out they didn't get the right guy. They got his house guest.
Right.
So they were at the right address.
Right.
But it just cracked me up that even a sex offender has house guests.
Yeah.
People will stay with anyone
I can't get anyone to stay at my house.
So now they're under arrest and facing charges.
Cool.
But, hey, what are you going to do? I still want to know where these guys are. So what if they become targets?
Right. Me too. I'm into Megan's Law.
Megan's Law.
And finally, I've been trying to bring this up for a couple of days. I saw this in the travel section of the Sunday Daily News. They are advertising these flights out in Los Angeles. They're called fantasy flights. Have you heard of this?
No.
You know, you've heard of the Mile High Club.
Yeah.
Well, this is actually some airline who'll take you up and let you do it.
Do you have to do it with your wife?
They don't care who you're up there with.
All right.
They supply you with a bottle of champagne, strawberries, chocolate truffles, and other amenities. You get a private cabin.
How much?
And a cloud-like feather bed.
It's over here.
With a down-filled duvet.
A duvet?
Nice pillows.
A duvet gets me in the mood for live. You can look into that.
And romantic music. When the plane reaches 5,280 feet, which would be...
You put it in.
1 mile.
1 mile.
1 mil, then you can look in her wrist.
The pilot...
The pilot.
Rocks the wings to let you know that you're a mile high. It is $279 per couple.
And the stewardess's kiss.
So there you go. That's what's going on. People trying hard as they can to make $1.
Everybody jumping on each other.
Isn't there enough air traffic up there? You got to pick people up.
And it's a great place.
Get it on.
The condoms drop down instead of the air thing.
You feel faint.
All right, very good. Let's end the show. Give the instructional flight film.
I can imagine what the stewardess has to say.
All right, Jackie, Joke Man, Martling, we've heard your laugh, and now people are ready to hear you on CD and cassette. It is $10. The cost is $10 plus $3 shipping and handling. Jokeland special, buy two, get one free. Call 1-800-323-KING for Jackie's exciting new CD.
Okay.
Also, Friday night, January 13th, at the Treehouse Comedy Club, it's Jackie in Norwalk, Connecticut. For filthy jokes and info, call 516-922-WINE. Remember, 516-922-WINE is not a pay service. That's such Jackie music.
You can't help but think about Jackie when you hear it. Is it a fit?
Don't miss Baba Booey this Saturday night at the Harrow East Theater in Rochester, New York for a listener appreciation party. It's Baba Foley.
Baba Flunky.
Don't miss Stuttering John's band at Nick's in Alexandria, Virginia, Friday night, January 13th at Avalon on 2nd Avenue and 80th Street in Manhattan, Wednesday night, January 18th.
I was supposed to change it, 86th Street.
All right, whatever. 86th Street. No one's going anyway.
Yeah.
This Saturday, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., Ms. Howard Stern at the Meadowlands Convention Center. Free pictures and autographs.
Are we ever going to have another contest?
We gotta do something. My goodness. How can you have Miss Howard Stern 1994 if it's 1995?
That's right.
But then what we got to do? We got to do a whole thing.
We got to have a pageant.
Where are we going to have that? On TV?
Yeah, right here.
At E? What? Right. If you're planning a wedding or party and you need a DJ, call Scott the Engineer's Rocket Entertainment at 718-BAG-5040. Smiling Scott. A real up guy. That's the guy you want at your party. Sit there and goof on him. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. 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 See you tomorrow.